Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. I hope we're all having a wonderful day today, because I most certainly am, because we are back with some more triangle strategy. So, it has been a little bit since we played this, about a week one might say. I have not played any more as far as I remember. Actually, maybe I did. Actually, I think I did. Yes, Yes, I do vaguely remember. Yes, yeah, I did play. So one of the things that I did was I did go and I leveled some people. That's right. Okay, now I'm remembering. So I bought another Medal of Valor. I did level some people. I did also boost some weapons. Yeah, so a lot of different. Basically, everyone that I could try to get to a rank 3 weapon, I did. I couldn't get Corentin because I couldn't get another piece of parchment, but everyone is at level 3 weapon at the very least. Some with skills bot, I generally tried to stay away from buying any of the weapon skills or level 3 things because I kind of wanted to have that be shown on stream. I think that makes sense, frankly. And yeah, so that's why I didn't do that. I also did a few things like leveling up Eridor, which was a fun time because it was literally just go into one of the maps, one of the later maps like this, town gates, and conquer the arena, and just have him use sprint over and over again because he would get like 100 XP because he was at level 5 compared to level 20 enemies. But he is still in his base rank of class. I wanted to wait until stream to boost him up to the next rank. Learn something about Cosmo tonight. Damn, that guy's smug. Yes, he is smug. Eridor is smug. What'd you learn about Cosmos? She can dance? Oh, shit. What, does she have like a dance sequence like Bayonetta did in her game? But yeah. See, I find it interesting that there is even a concept of a weapon skill in this game, because when I think, oh, you can unlock the weapon skill, it makes me think that there's going to be another weapon, like different weapons for each character, and that's like a skill that you just get to keep. But the way it seems to be is just like, oh, it's like the ultimate skill or like the final skill. Why anything? No, in Xenosaga 2, they're double attacks. Never use them because I found them clunky. Okay. But yeah, so Eridor, level 20, so he's actually usable now. He has 239 health in his base class. But Cosmos Chaos have one called Grande Rondo, where they dance and attack. Interesting. But now that I am playing, I am more comfortable doing this, so we will get physical counter, always counterattack upon taking physical damage from an adjacent enemy, and on the attack, raise your strength but lower your physical defense for 3 turns. And he has Ram Foe, knock them back 5 squares and move forward 1 square. Yeah, so that's good. So let's do this. He gets some more armor. Good.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Good. Yeah. So now I have, I believe, a single medal of... Oh, no, I have 2 medals of valor. 2 medals of valor. So that would be good. So I could get him 1 more movement in clear weather, which most maps are in clear weather. I could get him remain calm, which grants immunity to silence, fury, and temptation, which I haven't really experienced much negative effect. I could get magic ablaze, increasing magic attack when on a square that is set ablaze, which, I mean, like, I'm not, that's not amazing, because you have to be on a square that's set ablaze, which does damage, but I mean, she can put Fire Eater on herself, or Flame Shield on herself, which, I mean, like, could negate that, so it could be beneficial. I could get her Fight or Flight, increase movement by 1 when enemies are nearby, but that requires enemies to be nearby. Enemies get served and die from it. Yeah, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna dance on you. Surprise attack, increases damage dealt while taking cover. Would be pretty good, I feel. Sight set, deal physical damage to enemies within your weapon's range for 1 turn. I don't know what this means exactly, given that it has range 0, height -0, and +0. So I feel like this is just like an AoE attack on everything in her weapon's range, which could be really good. And then I do not know what Desperate Defense does. Then there's TP on ice. 1 TP at the start of your turn when standing on an icy square. Wouldn't be bad. And I don't know what Inheritor is. And don't know what Up and Up is. And not using Narv. So basically, in my head, what I'm thinking is, even though I don't necessarily care for Magic Ablaze, it makes sense for me to upgrade her because this gets her a 5th pip of TP. So I believe now when the fights start, she would start at 4 instead of 3. which means that she would immediately out the gate be able to use 2 spells or Pillars of Fire, which I feel like would be really good. Additionally, her magic attack goes up. Spring Step wouldn't be bad. It might help because it would boost his strength and physical defense as well. What was great about the final boss of the Saga Bison? We won. Jesus, okay. My lord. Yeah. And then, yeah, still don't know what ladder 2 is. I presume that just means I get to do 2 ladders. Like that, I can do 1 ladder or a second ladder. I did about 110. Jeez. Jesus. Damn near double killed it. Yeah, and I do still have, I could still buy a couple Medals of Bravery, but I'm not going to because it's not worth it, because everyone I have is already going to be above the recruit class. So then have these as well. And in terms of weaponry, you're good. Can't buy any of these because they require 10 superior iron. When I eventually get to it, I'm going to want to get this. I'll want to get this as well, but I'll focus on Sereno first, I think. This is superior timber and stone. Bird of Prey, or grant 1 instance of invincibility to all allies within range. Could be good. Don't know what the range is. But then there's this. Sunfall, where you cast for 1 turn, you use all your TP to deal fire-type damage, setting the ground ablaze. The more TP consumed, the stronger the attack, which makes sense if I boost her to the next level, where she would then have 5, right? Use all 5 TP, big damage. Probably a very large AoE as well. Grant an ability to recover from... And then here's the thing. Grant an ally the ability to recover 1 time after falling in battle. It's only usable in battle. Presumably uses a lot. Like, I wish it told me more about the exact details of what this means, what this skill is, right? I don't know how many TP it costs. I don't know the range, but I could presumably use this on multiple people if I got her enough TP. Or I could increase the range of command abilities, which wouldn't necessarily be bad. Then Spear Stone and Spear Iron, so I would be eating into the iron savings, but it would only use 1 stone, deal physical damage to a single enemy, and lower their physical defense and magic defense for 5 turns, which could be really good, especially against like bosses, or just straight up increase their potency by 10, which also could be really good, because like both of these were 5s, and this is just straight 10. So this is both of these in 1. Could be really good. Then there is this, where it's using timber and fiber. So if I do this, I wouldn't be able to buy that. I can increase the range of normal attacks by 1, or I can get... How difficult game is this? I mean, I'm playing on normal, and some fights are hard. Especially when they get random reinforcements. But I would say it's like an average difficulty game. Or I could get this. Shooting Star. Soar up high on Flugy, then deal physical damage to a single enemy from above. But I don't know the range of it. So that's why I'm not necessarily sure if I want to get that. And then there is this. King Shield. Become invincible and infuriate all enemies within range for 1 turn. Don't know what the range is. Or decrease TP cost of Provoke by 1. So it would make it a 1 cost. Which wouldn't necessarily be bad. Yeah. And could just straight up get more physical damage dealt by using some quality iron. Or I could increase his damage, which wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing. Could also use the timber to get her more damage, increase movement, or send an ally to any location within 5 squares and raise their physical defense and magic defense for 3 turns, which could be good movement. Or this one I feel like could be very fun if I knew exactly how it worked. Automatic turret. Set up a turret on a selected square that automatically attacks all enemies within range. previously set turrets will disappear. Now, I don't know how this works in terms of gameplay. That's the issue. I don't know if that makes it so, like, if the turret stays up and they have to kill the turret, or if it's a one-turn thing, kind of like the spring traps, right? Like, there are things that I am unsure about. Yeah. So, what I feel like I should do is make sure I have a clear idea as to what I would want to use on, like, weapon rank 2 for right now. Be like, okay, what do I want to boost here? And then I can figure out what I want to boost at the end when I have the rest. So I could increase damage dealt when attacking an enemy from behind, make surmount cost 0, or I could increase the speed further by 2. Not sure how much that would actually help. I don't know what to play. I don't know. Pick out 5 games that interest you, and then go on Google and do a random number generator for 1 through 5, and let fate decide. Because I'm thinking I could do back attack, because she frequently gets back attacks. Do not know Flugy. I could do physical damage up, or magical defense. Yeah. I feel like I should also get him, but that requires all 6 of the quality iron, which would make it so you can't do anything. But does anyone else use 3 in their middle? No, you all use 6. Well, yeah, because you're using quality stone as well. And you're using quality fiber. So, yeah, you're using quality stone, quality iron. And you're only using quality stone and quality iron as well. You're only using quality iron, and you're only using quality stone. Here's what I'm thinking. Increase damage dealt when attacking from behind. That'll help. That makes it so you could use all the quality stone. You have insufficient iron. You could get a little bit of the stone and the rest of the iron, or he could use the rest of the stone. I'm thinking in terms of who's going to likely be attacking more frequently between the two of them. He at least has options that don't require him to strike people, whereas Eridor has less of that. Could also increase Eridor's defense, which wouldn't be bad. I wish there was a way to check the roster from that screen, because his magic defense is 10. If he gets hit by magic, he's taking massive damage. So it's probably worth it to try and get him more magic defense. Increases strength, magic attack, physical defense, and magic defense, but deals damage to you at the start of your turn. Could be that could be useful for him, as long as he's always near a healer, right? But yeah, I'm gonna increase his magic defense because I feel like that's just sensible for a tank, right? Now, F it. I want big thing. So by buying that big thing, that makes it so I can't get her final thing, which is fine, because it uses fiber. Now we're looking at iron and stone. So intimidation, no, I'm not. And then we have timber as well. So you're using stone. Who's using timber? you're using timber. So you're using stone and timber. You're using stone and iron. Most other people are either just using one or just using the other. So if I get this, that would lock him out of doing stuff. Which, I mean, I would say I would like to get this, but Benedict frequently does not have like max TP, which he would probably need to use this. And increase the effective duration of Birds of Prey, I feel like isn't all that worth it. So I feel like I would rather hold off on that. You use Spear Stone as well. So if I get this, you can't get that as well. Yeah, let's just boost your damage in general. I feel like that's safe. I feel like that's sensible, safe, good. And then I haven't even used him enough in combat to know if I even really want to use him too frequently. So I'll just hold off on that. I could boost her damage, or I could get Catapult, which could be useful to get people out, or I could just increase her movement. All three of these, pretty good options. At the same time, I can... If I don't really want any of these, then I don't really have to worry about the timber. Because, well, actually, you're using timber. So I'll hold off on getting any of her third tier stuff, because ideally I could get Huette's third tier things. So that's good. Now we need to promote class. I am going to promote Frederica because I did just buy the other thing. So this increases physical defense by 1, magic attack by 1, magic defense by 1. So I feel like that will be good, and gets magic ablaze, increasing magic attack when when on a square that is set ablaze. So maybe I can start doing that, right? Like getting oil jugs and making sure that there is fire on the ground.
It was worth every effort.
And use that to my advantage. You have reached the end of this path. Okay. So now it's just a matter of who I want the final one to be. So do I want to go to... do I want to go to Roland, who I often find kind of lackluster in terms of like how well he performs, or do I want to give it to Anna, who's honestly pretty darn good? And I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards Anna, also because she has more stat increases, right? So his strength goes up by 2, his physical defense goes up by 1. That's a total of 3 up. Whereas Anna goes strength up by 1, physical defense up by 1, magic defense up by 1, accuracy up by 1, and evasion up by 1. So that's plus 5. Just in total. And increases damage while taking cover. So she has a few things that should hopefully boost her damage significantly.
I await your orders.
Ideally, I am able to take cover, get behind someone, and then attack like that. Because that would allow me to get the bonus damage from both of the skills that she has, right? So hopefully she can now start living up to the assassin idea of, hey, get behind them and then just end them. Now she doesn't have the final skill, the weapon skill, but she does have at least the just base plus 10 damage boost. So now let's buy these. Historical Study of the Unaffiliated Historian Herod. It covers the goddess' teachings in the history of Hyzant. There we go. History of Esfrost. Historical Study by the Unaffiliated Historian Herod. It covers the history of Esfrost. The people of Norzelia. Tome written by the traveling merchant Maranovsky. Covers the different traits of Norzelia citizens. And Winds of Norzelia, a book compiled by the Hawkers Guild explaining the 2 wind system in Norzelia. Good. So, yeah, there are some upgrade things here, right? Obsidian, Sacred Bow, Jade, Exotic Flower, whereas I get certain weapons up to rank 3, but none of those are for characters that I use, which is why I didn't buy them. And I don't need the rank 2 ones because they're all there. I did have to buy one Indestructible Stone. It'd be nice if we could show how much more the damage. But that's the thing. It tells you... It just tells you weapon potency up by 10, which as far as I understand is talking about this number, right? When I'm over the... Like, right now I'm squared, and on Sword of Libra, you can see power is 125. Weapon ability is weapon damage up, physical defense up, right? So because it has weapon damage up, that's the thing that's affecting the power, right? But it's going to be depending on who you're attacking that would affect the damage that it does. So, yeah, you can see here, when under hers, it's Fairy Dagger, power 61, weapon damage up 1, weapon damage up 1, weapon damage up 2, physical defense up, speed up, back attack damage up. So with back attack damage and surprise attack, hopefully she can do damn good damage. Hopefully. Her power on the weapon itself is 61, but she also gets to attack twice, so you can think of that as 122 in total. And then if she's getting back attacks, it should hopefully make it a lot more. But yeah, so hopefully it all goes well. Yeah, and then Sunfall, power 218. Jesus Christ. Compared to Pillars of Fire's 156, Blazing Chains 175, Scorch 131. But I'm curious, like, use all TP, but its range is 0 to 6. And... See, it says cast for 1 turn, use all TP to deal fire type damage, saying the more TP consumed, the stronger the attack. So, quick math, yeah, right? But it says 5 TP over on the right, so is it just default to saying that takes the max because right now I'm outside of combat, so I have max? Or is it saying when you initiate the cast, it starts... like you need to have 5, and then in the casting period you could feasibly use skills to give her more TP, and if you do that she uses that as well and does bonus damage? Is that how I'm meant to interpret such things? Experimentation may be needed. But yeah. You have to try it. I will have to attempt it. I could try to do like a little, I could. I will just have to do that. But yeah, so that was what I did. I remember after the stream last time, like it was like the next day, I was like, okay, let's get this grind out because I'm going to need a lot of kudos. So I did that for a while, and I also needed to get Eridor up. So I did a lot of grinding. But nothing too crazy. But I did enough such that all the character stories were good because I deployed them a sufficient number of times. So yeah, we're going to go through those. And yeah, and then we're going to get on with the actual story. But how are you doing today, Adept Tom and Wolf Slash and Spice Stoner? Thanks for dropping by, one and all. Come on. Nope. Okay, Hasbara speaks of her past over a drink with Eridor. And also let me get some water because I've been going for 30 minutes and I've yet to take a sip.
That's the good stuff. Ain't no one can pour a pint like you.
I take coin for drink, not compliments. It's hard enough to keep this place running on my own as it is.
Need me to lend a hand?
Thought you'd never ask. You can start by washing the dishes, then restocking our foodstuffs, fixing up that wobbly table, and...
Aye, leave it to me.
If you weren't ready for it, Eridor, you shouldn't have volunteered.
Ha! I'm only playing.
Oh.
I'd never put a paying customer to labor.
But that's an awful lot of work for any one person. Ever give thought to finding someone with whom you might share the burden?
Yeah?
You can stop right there. The last thing I need is anyone else complicating my life.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I had myself a someone once, you know? Special-like. Till he left me for a specialer someone.
Oh. I'm sorry, Hasbara.
Raised my son Theo all by myself after that. He'd be a man grown now, if the war hadn't taken him.
Oh. Tavern owner Hospitaller Freya, barkeep at Wolfort's encampment, strives to create a cheerful place for people to forget their worldly woes and is beloved by her many patrons.
Forgive me, Hasabara. Didn't mean to go drudging up painful memories.
Eredor, experienced soldier. Okay, yeah.
No need for
yeah.
apologies. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a thing or two in their past that haunts them. In truth, I'm more exhausted than anything. Must be the years taking their toll.
Ain't got nothing to do with age, and everything to do with the hardships you've overcome. More impressive than an old soldier drowning his sorrows in mead.
But it's good, maid.
What kind of barkeep am I, letting my poor patron wallow?
Sometimes wallowing's good for the soul. Come on, have a round with me. My treat.
Took you long enough to make the offer. Now, what shall we toast to?
How about to your son?
I, to Theo.
To Theo. I'll toast with my water. Cyrano's convictions have been strengthened. Benedict and Eredor uphold the custom they have shared for 30 years. Okay, what's going on here?
All right, lads and lasses, lay down your arms. Let your bruises remind you of the lessons learned today.
Cyrano, you weren't even there. How were your convictions strengthened? You know, Eredor just whispered. He was like, hey, Osbar's son died. Convictions.
What fortuitous timing.
Yo, what's up, Gila?
I still owe you for the drinks from the other evening. I wondered if I might treat you tonight.
Oh. Yo, Eredor, lady
Apologies,
killer.
Last, but I've got places to be. Perhaps another time.
You seemed troubled by something. Perhaps I'm overthinking it.
And then Castle Wolfort, the cabinet.
Let us end our day's work here.
It is early, is it not? Is something amiss?
No, nothing at all. Just my attention is required elsewhere for a time.
Okay. See ya.
Elsewhere. Curious.
Curious. Okay. What's going on here? I presume they're going to be toasting or something to the Salt Iron War in remembrance of their comrades is what I would guess.
How many have you had?
Not enough. Just one for you, I take it.
Yes.
Went by in a flash. Can you believe it's been 30 years?
Salt Iron War.
The time has escaped us. The memory of that day, however, I doubt ever will.
Okay, so it's a specific day in the Salt Iron War. 30 years ago, during the Salt Iron War.
Thrice damned, can't move. Always thought I'd meet my end with a beautiful lass by my side.
You have many days ahead of you yet, Eredor. We will see you returned home.
Don't try to run, you curs!
Oh yeah, check the profile. Yeah, good, thank you.
Leave me be. I'll just slow you down.
Yo, young Eredor? A young Eredor. He was a soldier of the Salt Iron War, fighting under Simon's command.
It was my cursed pride that got us into this. Only I should suffer for it. We don't all need to die today. Run!
Even in the face of death, you refuse to set aside your foolish pride.
And Benedict Pascal, a young Benedict. He was a soldier of the Salt Iron War, fighting under Simon's command. Yeah, I do like how in these past ones they changed the profiles to be young versions. They didn't have to do that.
This hell of my own will, and I will see you delivered from it.
You fool!
Ah, you!
Charge!
Yeah, it's good.
Come and die. Yeah!
Like, I think I've talked about it before, where it's like, I feel like the dialogue itself would evoke a lot more intensity than I think the voice actors were given the direction to present, right? Like, I feel like there could be a lot more energy, but they were like, no, subdue it. You're doing Game of Thrones. Yo, did Benedict, like, solo that entire squad?
That would have been it for us, had Lord Simon not met their charge in time.
Aye, and the only punishment for my pride were these aches that keep me awake at night.
We hungered for glory all those years ago, without a care for how it would serve us later on.
A couple of would-be heroes who couldn't be convinced they weren't invincible.
Yet here we are, drinking, to celebrate the end of that war.
Well, I mean, Eridor, you can get a skill that makes you invincible for one turn, so I mean, like, not 100% wrong.
I do not wish to reminisce upon the past. A toast that I may never again repeat the mistakes of my youth.
Cheers.
But before that...
Yeah?
You have served House Wolford well, Eridor. That said, I've a feeling we'll need your sturdy shield even more going forward.
You need me to lead a charge? I'm your man. I'll leave anything fancier than that to you. For House Wolford!
For House Wolford.
For House Wolford.
For House Wolford. For Serenoa. And Simon. Tankin top of Gurn Lagan. Toast to the future of you all of Benedict's character stories. Okay, so I think each character gets 3, I think. Roland harbors doubts about his station, but Serenoa reminds him that he is noble in his own way.
Roland, what are you doing out here?
Oh, I'm just being a little emotional bitch. It's fine.
There's hardly a better place to become lost in one's thoughts. Don't you agree?
I suppose. However, if aught weighs on your mind, it may serve you better to turn to a friend.
Which I am, as I've said the entire game. I'm your friend.
Then let me ask, do you believe me too immature for my station?
No, I just think you don't have the right kind of type of personality to really be a really good ruler. Like, I don't think you're immature, I just think you're just not the right kind of guy.
Not at all. Quite the opposite, in fact.
But the other nobles loved to gossip of my disinterest in politics and intrigue, and mocked my love of hawking.
You said it yourself. Gossip and sniping, nothing more. Pay no mind to nobles and their petty judgments. The people who matter, your subjects, hold you dearly in their hearts. Stories abound of their love for you.
Everyone loves you, Roland. Even when you're a weak little bitch that gets KO'd really early in the fight. Damn it.
Hey, go peddle your junk somewhere else.
And why would I do that, my good sir? I see no reason to forego such a bustling avenue simply to please a stranger.
A stranger? You're posted in front of my damn shop. You're stealing my customers from right under my nose.
Oh, I am? I'm not sure your lack of customers could be blamed on me. Surely the proprietor bears some responsibility for...
Okay, that... I was about to say, I was like, okay, maybe I'm on the merchant side. And then it went like, oh, wait, no, you are just being a dick. You are posted in front of his door.
What bickering is this?
Hello.
None of your business, whelp.
Well,
Now leave us to our negotiations.
Prince Roland, is that really you?
Gonna call the prince whelp? Okay. Bold.
A prince, you say? Well,
A distinguished gentleman such as yourself must be mortified to have your customers bear witness to this childish bickering.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. My temper got the best of me.
And you, merchant. If you mean to trade in Glenbrook, I trust you have procured the proper licenses and approvals.
Well, the process takes some days, you see. Pardon, Your Highness.
Pardon, I'm doing something a little bit not 100% legal. Excuse me.
Then your business shall have to wait some days, it seems. Shall I summon a member of the Kingsguard to explain the law in detail?
No, there'll be no need of that, Highness. I'll just be on my way.
Yeah, get the hell out of here, bitch.
Thank you, Prince Roland. Come visit any time, and I'll let you have your pick of my wares.
Serenoa was watching. You will remember that.
Your place has always been with your people. You could walk down the main avenue and settle disputes with a single word.
Don't tell me you were watching. They were petty arguments, nothing more.
As petty as they might have been, you were happy to do it. What better proof of royalty is there than that?
What about that ring? Did you feel a strengthening of your conviction, Sereno? Do you feel more moral, or do you feel more utilitarian, or do you feel more liberty filled?
But it wasn't because I was wise that I solved their problems. It was my name and status that lent my words weight. How do you imagine a kingdom with not a single dissatisfied soul would look?
Empty, because it would have no people in it. Because you can't, some people's satisfaction will just result in other people's dissatisfaction. It's not going to be perfect, unfortunately.
It's a difficult thing to imagine.
Indeed. I suppose the best one can hope for is to do what we can, while we can.
Like we're not Who's down in Whotown, or Whoville, or whatever, going Fa-Hu-Dora around the Christmas tree.
Well, we can start envisioning such a nation. That one day we might build it. Together.
Yeah, bro.
I like the sound of that. No doubt the answers we seek lie ahead. So long as we stay honest with ourselves. And so long as we work together. You and I, Serenoa.
Bro. Serenoa's convictions have been strengthened. Frederica's jealousy has strengthened. King and friend, view all of Roland's character story. Frederica decides to cook a meal for Serenoa, but even the best laid plans can go awry, which is a word that I always thought was pronounced Ari, because I just only ever read it. So, woe is me. I'm gonna leave that one for last, because I have a feeling that one will be funny. So let's go to Julio. Julia speaks to Serenoa about having a noble imprisoned without the Lord's permission. Yeah, because the Lord was trying to take food and stuff from a starving village.
Lord Serenoa, may I speak with you?
About that noblewoman, yes? Eridor's told me what happened.
Forgive me. I know that I should have waited for your orders before acting. But I could not leave that woman to her devices. The longer the war goes on, the more the people suffer. I imagine their feelings toward their rulers must be souring. In spite of this, that woman tried to use your name to wrest their food away. Had we let her go free, people would have thought she was acting on your orders, and their mistrust of you would have only grown. I believed we had to show them that soldiers stand for justice, and acted. I accept whatever punishment you deem fit.
Okay, let me take out this little quill and I'll just tickle your nose with the feather. There we go, that's your punishment.
There will be no punishment, for you have committed no wrong.
Good job,
My
man.
lord.
Anna looked into her. It seems that woman's ill repute dates back to her days in Glenbrook. Likely, she thought to obfuscate her misdeeds in the Crown City by hiding within my troops. But she wasn't able to conceal her true self in the end. I suppose she thought to earn my favor with the stolen food. Unfortunately for her, she misjudged my principles.
Lord Serenoa.
Forgive me for my oversight in this matter. I shall take all necessary precautions to ensure nothing like it happens again.
So, you aren't upset with me for throwing a noble woman in jail?
Had I been in your position, I would have done the very same. For her misdeeds in Glenbrook and the crime you caught her committing, I shall order her banished at once.
See, this is like a thing where it's like, Yulia's like, you're not going to punish me for doing exactly what you would have done? Sereno's just like, nah, dude. Like, you have to think, like, that's probably some of, like, the best subordinates you could have, where it's like, yeah, that is exactly what Serenoa would have done himself. Yeah, you want people that kind of know what you're going to want to do in the way that you're going to want it done.
She will never again be welcome in the Wolfort domain. Let it serve as a deterrent to any others who would prey upon the common people. It is rare that I meet someone so committed to holding those of high birth accountable for their actions.
Yo. Are we gonna give this glasses boy a shotgun and a position in a government that doesn't do anything?
I hope he will continue to do so. House Wolfort must be a house the people can trust.
Of course, my lord. You have my word. I knew I made the right choice.
Yeah. I joined the right army. Good job, me.
Unlike Patriot, Lord Serenoa is a man worth serving. Yes, I finally found where I am meant to be.
Yeah. Formerly an assistant to one of Glenbrook's ministers, he finds himself unable to return the capital after confronting Patriot about his corrupt dealings, and instead pledges his services to Serenoa.
I cannot rest on my laurels. Yes, I must serve my new lord as best I can.
Yeah. Good job, Julio. Lord worth serving. Okay, let's go with Gila. Reflects on both Frederica's growth and her own changes over the years. We got a lot of character stuff to get through. But after this, we know that there's not going to be more.
We'd best keep an eye out for bandits.
You have a warrior's intuition. You needn't worry. I won't let us come to harm.
It takes no great intuition to see that this world is falling ever deeper into chaos. The reasons, however, remain elusive.
Chaos? Chaos?
Will we see our way safely through this darkness? I cannot say.
We have naught but our duty, and mine is to Prince Roland, whatever might become of House Wolfort.
I find your perspective refreshing. Although it may be direct, you walk the path you've chosen with confidence.
Were you jealous, Gila?
On the other hand, I often feel that I'm fumbling. I had thought Gustadov to be a man of reason, but now I see that he will not hesitate to employ deceit to achieve his goals. In a manner of speaking, he and I are not so different. I, too, once hoped to have the influence to change the nation. At least, I told myself so. Really, all I wanted was to be free, and Frederica was simply a means to that end. As long as I had what I wanted, I had no great concern for what became of her.
Okay. Interesting. And if she had some level of that, it kind of explains why, even though she spent a lot of time with Frederica, she was still willing to directly go against her in terms of voting for sending the Roselle village back to Hyzan, right? Because it's like, it's like, really? Like, I cared about her to a degree.
Gila,
But this war has caused me to reconsider that. I realize that Frederica herself is worth caring for.
But just herself.
She's not the sheltered princess I took her to be. Her wits are a match even for Benedict. She surprised me and shamed me. I was wrong to underestimate her, to define her by her birth and station. She represents my greatest failures as a teacher, but also my greatest success. For she has truly taken my lessons to heart. I see now there is no shame in serving another, and no shame in sacrificing my freedom for something greater. Oh, but perhaps I've shared overmuch. For some reason, I find it easy to talk with you.
Yo.
The feeling is mutual. You are not so aloof as I thought.
Ah, I just had a thought. When the war is behind us, I may very well open my own school.
Okay, cool.
Of
Good to
course,
know.
you would be welcome to join me. I would be master of the classroom, and you could be master of the training yard.
Yo, you want to just like start up a school together as a happy lesbian couple?
We could teach our students the art of hawksmanship. Our riders would be first class. Ah, what should our school be named? You will come and teach with me, won't you?
Come on. I'm volunteering you for this.
Not half so aloof as I thought.
Fine, I'll come teach at your school. Tutor. Okay, only a few more. So Huette, Anna, Frederica. Huette, while at training, Huette recalls a promise she made to Roland before the war began. Okay. Nice shot.
At it again, eh? You know, even the Dawn Spear set down his weapon on occasion.
We are at war. I cannot hope to end it by being idle.
Spoken like a true member of the Kingsguard. You lot were always too serious for my tastes.
We were not serious enough. Where is the king we were meant to protect now? What will become of his kingdom?
Yeah, the rest of the Kingsguard kind of bitches. Not very great.
King Regna and Crown Prince Franny are no more. Only Roland and Cordelia remain.
I mean, Franny basically offered himself up on a silver platter. Like, let's be real here. Fucking Franny ran out in front of the Dawn Spear and stood right next to to General of Laura. Right? Like, what the fuck was he expecting?
When I
Dumbass.
think of how lonely my charge must feel, I almost feel smothered by the guilt.
If he's lonely, he hides it well. Could be that losing his princely obligations has lifted a weight off his shoulders.
Well, now he's king, so we know that this is in the past.
And who are you to speak on his feelings? His father ever doted on Franny. He knew precious few moments of his mother's love before she passed. Even so, he tried his utmost to never show weakness in front of his sister. He was there for her in the worst of times. There was never a place near the throne for him. Truth be told, Sir Maxwell was more of a father to him than anyone. I'd like to think I have been more than his guard. Oftentimes, I felt like his confidant.
Oh, yeah?
You and Flugy are constant companions.
Younger Prince of Glenbrook, the younger son of King Regna who brought the Sultan War to its end, Sereno of House Wolfort, is his closest friend.
As I said before, my prince, he is more than my companion. He is the truest friend I could ask for.
A relatively new member of the Kingsguard, entrusted with Roland's protection, she dreamed of serving the crown from a young age and was appointed a position in the Kingsguard after years of hard work. Huette Buckler.
A true friend. I must admit, I envy your relationship.
What? You got Serenoa, Roland. What the hell you talking about?
My prince, I did not mean to.
'Tis nothing to apologize for. I simply find the idea of soaring the skies with a true friend to be somewhat romantic.
You could do the same with the proper training. If it pleases you, my prince, I would gladly teach you.
I'll teach you how to ride this hawk, which, I mean, like, frankly, I'm surprised that's not just, like, a given in this world, right? Doesn't that make sense? Hey, here, we have these massive birds that people are able to ride on. Would that not be perfect for royals to learn how to do in case they ever had to flee? Just gonna say, makes a lot of sense.
You would? Then I gladly accept. I trust you will go easy on me.
I can promise no such thing. You must become as ferocious as a hawk yourself if you wish to ride one. War broke out soon after that. My promise to teach him is yet unfulfilled. So I will train. I will fight. Until the skies are no longer clouded by the fires of war. Only then can I rest.
Long day, Bison.
Only then can we fly free.
A little bit? Like, overall, I would say I didn't do all that much. It was more like I woke up earlier than I wanted to today. And it's also a little bit warm in here, so I might put on the fan or open the window. But, yeah, like, in terms of things that I did today, it was wake up, do my Japanese lesson things, then go to the car dealership to get a part, which was just like a simple, like, plastic bezel thing that goes by the car shifter. Then pick up some milk, and then come home and eat lunch, install the new part, which took all of 5 seconds, and then just kind of like hung out. Like it wasn't a tiring day.
Perhaps then, with the wind in our faces, we can forget our stations, our titles, if only just for one moment.
If only.
What was that last part? You'll have to speak up.
No, I was whispering dramatically.
Nothing at all. Yes, it's back to training for me.
Carl. Okay, I'm going to open the window slightly and turn on the fan, because I think that'll help. This is a little too warm. Probably blow my nose. There we go. Hopefully, cool down the room a little bit, make it a little bit more comfortable, and then I won't be as tired. Hopefully. Because the thing is, I can't even say, "Oh, I'll just go get a cup of coffee," because I don't drink coffee. I don't even have a coffee maker in my house. I don't even have coffee beans. The research Corrington spoke of in his drunken stupor seems to be making progress, but I find that Eridor is in a lot of other characters' stories.
So urgent you can't let a man sleep.
Nothing less than the completion of my groundbreaking research, Eridor.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, well now, that is something.
Indeed it is. I've managed to thermodynamically stabilize the quasi-liquid film forming on the surface of the...
Oh, Eridor, Hewitt, and Gila really get around. They do.
Yes, I've heard all that. Now tell it to me in words a man can understand.
Prove that you're actually intelligent, because it's like anyone can throw jargon around, but being able to explain high concept things in simple to understand ways to people that don't have as much knowledge about a certain topic as you shows that you really understand it.
Right. Well, in layman's terms, I have created ice that never melts.
Damn, okay. Well, yeah.
See how simple... Did you say ice that never melts?
Never?
That's mighty impressive and all, but what actual good does that do anyone?
well, you can have a perpetually cold drink.
My dear, sweet, simple Eridor. We can use my creation to forge weapons with no need for iron.
Sounds useful, if it works as you say. But how's the durability?
Silly soldier. Do you take me for a fool? Of course I tested their durability. Worry not. A prototype shall arrive shortly. I bid you try it out for yourself. For better or worse, you're the most experienced soldier I know. And so I'd have you handle it first.
Better or worse?
That sounds big and important.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll take you up on it.
Hello.
What news? Surely it's finished by now.
Afraid not. I come bearing unfortunate news from the smithy. It seemed plenty sturdy at first, but shattered the moment he took a hammer to it. He says it has a long way to go before it can be used in place of iron, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Preposterous! My calculations were impeccable. Surely I have not forsaken my homeland in pursuit of a fool's errand.
That's all a bit dramatic, isn't it? You can't have a breakthrough without breaking a couple of ice blades.
Yeah.
You know what would wash away all that pain? A nice cold glass of spirits.
Wait a second.
Spirits? That's it! That unmelting ice of yours could chill him forever, could it not?
See, I find it interesting that Corentin goes to unmelting ice and goes, weapon. Like, I can make ice swords. And not, unmelting ice actually really just means perfect refrigeration. Like, effectively could eliminate a massive chunk of a country's need for salt, because now you can just keep things cold, right? Like, but nah, ice blades.
Groundbreaking indeed. This invention of yours could still take the world by storm.
And I reckon the army'd have use for it as well. It'd keep our rations from going off.
Yeah.
Weapons be damned. You've done very important work.
The fact remains that my calculations were in error. So forgive me my reluctance to.
Less sulking, more drinking. You succeeded, haven't you? Right then, this'll be my treat, and I won't be turning in till you do.
Very well. Scientific breakthroughs never come easily, I suppose. Perhaps my next experiment shall be seeing how many rounds my everlasting ice can chill. Right then, to the encampment with us. 'Tis time for a drink or three.
Or 5, or 10, or 12.
Spirit. Just promise me I won't have to haul your drunken ass home this time.
I promise nothing. So I hope you're ready to lift. There we go. Groundbreaking research. And then Anna searches for answers about her parents, and Eridor seems to know more than he lets on. Once again, Eridor! Holy State of Hyzant and Valley of Dunes.
Under this tree.
This here's the land of the Jax clan. Or used to be, more like. That clasp on your chest, that's their sigil, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a memento from my parents. Or so I was told.
Aye, now that I'm looking for it, I can see the resemblance. Same silvery hair and everything.
Now that I'm looking for the resemblances, I noticed the most striking feature of your personage, and that is your fucking hair. Oh yeah, you know, now that I'm looking. Have my eyes closed before.
Near here met with a pretty terrible fate. They begged the armies to spare their fields. The only one who listened was one of House Wolfort's bannermen. No one was surprised, big war hero that he was. But by the time we got here, the Jacks had been all but exterminated. He was digging graves for the dead, enemy and all. A hero and a gentleman he was. Names on the tip of my tongue.
Benedict.
Aye, that was it. Do you know the man? I'd like you to pass on my gratitude, if you do.
Thanks for showing me the way.
Your coin's all the thanks I require.
Nah, you paid me.
If that's all you'll be needing me for, I'll leave you to it.
Hello.
You make a poor stalker.
Ain't exactly what I'm built for.
Also
You
wearing
fought in
heavy
battle
armor.
here, didn't you?
Benedict swore me to secrecy. But suppose it ain't break an oath if you already know. Oh, but first I ought to tell you. You've the right to the truth. And those ain't my words. They're his. That's why he never tried to stop you from finding out about your parents.
You know of their fate?
We drove the enemy up the cliff top. Cornered him there. The same instant we cut their leader down, a babe cried out in the distance. In the hideout, we found you, all swaddled up. A letter pinned to you with that same clasp on your chest.
Live strong, Anna. Stronger than any. I see now.
Your family
Be a
died
sick-ass
at our
assassin.
hands. If it's vengeance you want, you can take it out on me.
That doesn't sound like the Eredor I know. Do you think so little of me? To assume I would forsake my friend, bloody my hands with revenge. I know the truth at last. That is enough.
Is it, Anna? Or are you forcing it to be?
Don't be a fool. Benedict is the one who raised me. If I ever want for a father, I know where to find him. When we've won this war, I shall make sure he understands that.
I'm gonna tell him I like him like a dad, god damn it. Good evening. How's it going, Stevie? Okay, we are true parents. We are almost through with these character stories, by gosh. Oh, Lord. Frederica decides to cook a meal for Saranoa, but even the best laid plans can go awry. Oh no! I'm a clumsy girl character. I can't cook, even though I got fire magic.
Oh, Frederica, is something the matter?
Well, I invited Saranoa to have dinner with me tonight.
Oh shit, girl. Oh my god, girl, spill that tea.
That's wonderful. Are you cooking for him?
I am. I've been practicing with the book you gave me. I was hoping to finally show him what I've learned.
But how about you show Gila what you've learned first?
Then allow me to help. What are you making?
Boiled water.
A warm soup full of meatballs. A hearty, meaty, savory stew to tickle the tongue and sate the stomach. Or so the book describes it.
That sounds like quite a mouthful, in more ways than one.
The author is rather verbose, yes. Anyhow, I also want to make an appetizer. Might you be able to lend a hand?
I want to make pigs in a blanket.
Cooking is hardly my specialty, but say no more. I'd love to.
God, I could go for some pigs in a blanket. Ooh, that would be good. Little hot dogs with either bacon around it or a little like breading, like Pillsbury Doughboy breading. Ooh, that'd be good. That or scallops and bacon. Ooh, fuck. That sounds great. Damn it. Oh, I'm salivating over here. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I done did fuck up this stew.
This is disappointing, to say the least.
And we're almost out of time. Saranoa will be back any minute now.
Excuse me, Lady Frederica. Lord Serenoa has just sent word that he has been held up at a meeting. He says there is a chance he may not even return tonight.
Oh.
I see. Thank you for letting me know.
He said it
It
may
sounds
not.
like your dinner may get postponed.
A blessing in disguise. It gives us time to cook this again and do it right this time.
Lord Serenoa may not even return tonight.
I don't care.
But there is a chance he might.
Indeed.
And I refuse to disappoint him. Would you help me, Gila?
Of course, Frederica. I shall do my very best to see this through with you.
Hell yeah.
I cannot thank you enough.
Hell yeah. I love that. Oh, the sound of cooking. And this time I guess it's better.
The vegetables are done, though they are a far cry from perfect.
We're not looking for perfect. We're looking for good enough. We're looking for better than the last time.
The meatballs are ready too. Now all we have to do is stew them.
Stew them. Hey.
Frederica, I'm back.
Hello. Hi, honey.
Welcome back.
It appears we've run out of time.
I was on my way here when something urgent came to my attention. I apologize for returning so late. I know we were supposed to have dinner tonight.
I am just happy you're here. Besides, I am the one who should apologize. I wanted to cook you a meal, but failed terribly on my first attempt, so it isn't yet ready. I'm sorry, Serenoa.
Don't look so down, Frederica. I was delighted when you asked me to share a meal. Now that I'm back, why don't I help you with the food?
Hell yeah.
Serenoa.
Green flags. Yeah. Happy family time. Can
Thank you again for
feel
inviting
the
me.
love
I'm
tonight?
overjoyed we could spend this time together.
As am I. I enjoyed cooking with you as well.
The time we spend together is very precious to me. I regret that my duties have been keeping us apart lately. But when I noticed the sky was even more beautiful than ever this night,
Oh.
I hurried home, hoping we could gaze upon its beauty together.
It's strange. When I was in Esfrost, I would look up at the same sky. But it felt so much colder there. The stars seemed as if frozen. They did not twinkle the way they do now that I am with you, Serenoa.
Frederica, promise me that you will always stay by my side. I need you, now more than ever.
Of course, Serenoa. I wish to gaze up at the same sky, sit beneath the same moon, and walk the same path you do. Together, forever and always.
Yes. 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 Beneath the starry sky. Yeah. Look at all that. The mute is beautiful, isn't it? Right? Hello there, poorly translated Japanese thing. Okay, so after having streamed for this long, I think it's about time for us to take a break so everyone can get up and stretch their legs and all that. So I will be right back. And I am back. Okay. So, let's get back into the game. Good to get up and stretch my legs. Okay. So, after all of that, we now have 2 story things. So we have Whiteholm Castle and Crown City. Roland takes steps to rebuild the Crown City, but Patria and the Royalists have other ideas. Frederica hears the voice of the people as she walks the city streets. Okay, let's hear the voice of the people. Which, once again, I chose to blow up the ship instead of the dam.
There are more who accepted Espost's rule than I imagined.
Specifically to avoid the town being such fucking demolished. Like, what the hell?
Glenbrook's history is long. Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful. For people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
Perhaps, but his freedom was naught but greed and cruelty.
Lady Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
Yeah, why?
A Wolfort messenger. Did you run all this way? What's happened?
My lady, I hail from Castle Wolfort, bearing tidings of Lord Simon.
Oh.
Has he awakened?
He has. He is in high spirits and recovering well.
Oh shit, dude. Okay. Okay.
He is most pleased to hear of the capital's recapture. He bids you visit Castle Wolfort so he can honor you himself.
Wait a second.
Oh, I must bring these glad tidings to Serenoa at once. How long it has been since I've seen him smile.
I hope this guy is like an actual Wolfort messenger and not like a fake.
There is one more bit of news I have for you, my lady, but it is not so happy.
Is there some sort of trouble in the Wolfort domain?
Bandits are laying waste to the Rosellan village.
Oh.
To our shame, Castle Wolfort does not have enough soldiers to stop this. We would beg Lord Serenoa's wisdom in this matter.
The enemy must be powerful indeed. We cannot leave the Rosellan village defenseless.
Let us inform the
Damn
others.
bandits.
Messenger, with us.
Can we just leave? Can they just leave the Rosellans alone for 5 fucking minutes? Like, god damn it.
Well, well. Things are about to get interesting.
God damn it. Milo. Oh, Lord. Okay. Owen takes steps to rebuild the Crown City, but Patria and the Royalists have other ideas. What do you mean, other ideas? You gotta rebuild the city that has now been basically destroyed.
The coronation ceremony. Certainly there are more important matters to focus on right now.
Yeah, because now he is king.
A coronation is important to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith. Besides which, it is the royalists' most fervent wish.
Yeah. So, Patria Consar, a nobleman whose name has long been known throughout Glenbrook. He leads the Royalists, a faction that supports the royal family and dutifully tends to the kingdom's political matters as minister. And is also a fucking opportunist that is more than willing to just lick the boots of anyone who is actually in power.
A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be. And right now the world believes Glenbrook weak. The ceremony will be a display to the contrary.
Oh, yeah, because a ceremony will show power. Just flood it, no need to rebuild that. I mean, like, if I knew it was going to get destroyed anyway, maybe I would have flooded it. like, it doesn't really seem to have changed the end result. Like...
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for? Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Which you were right, Roland.
Rest assured, sire, House Wolford will see your subjects shan't go hungry.
And you're relying on House Wolfort, not
But
the royal
trust me when
family.
I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory, so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir.
I feel like you were bullshitting.
To win your subjects' hearts, You need do nothing but ascend to your position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
In a manner of speaking. A king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol. You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that burden.
No, you should not let him or them, like, that's the thing. It's been basically indicated that the royals just kind of suck. Not the royals, but like all the royalists and the nobles. They just kind of suck. Like, don't let them do that. Don't let them assume day-to-day governance.
After all,
they're
you
garbage.
have only just been crowned.
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
As you wish, King Roland.
How fare things, Huette? Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints. It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
And why is that?
We aren't certain, though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
Damn those Royalists! They cannot be left to their own devices.
Okay. Is this going to be the choice in this chapter? Go save the Rosellans or take down... or take down the nobles? Because, motherfucker, if that's the option, I'm going to be mad. Fuck. Because that's going to be the option, isn't it? God damn it. That's where House Wolford diverge, meaning they will have to go their separate ways for the first time. Which way will Serenoa take? Okay. Just to... God damn it. Okay. Just to make sure... Oh, there. Yeah, you're not tricking me. I gotta check everywhere. With Glenbrook reclaiming Esros dealt a heavy blow, Hyzant takes the opportunity to make a strategic move. What strategic move are you fuckers making? Stop throwing wrenches in the shit.
Wolfort and Minister Exham's forces have reclaimed the Crown City. And not only that, they have dealt a heavy blow to the Esfrosti forces in killing Thallus and other commanding officers.
Tenebris must... Who voices Tenebris? It's such a recognizable... Like, you need an army to slaughter some man. Yeah.
We couldn't have hoped for a better outcome.
Oh, to see Gustadolf's face when he hears the news. Now he'll have no choice but to come crawling to us on hands and knees, begging for salt.
Hellbearers for killing Thallus and other commanding officers. I feel like not.
Though, this could be our chance to crush the duchy once and for all.
Just because they're licking their wounds does not make them easy prey. They still have their iron, after all.
Iron. We can get iron. All we need do is make Glenbrook hand over the Grand Norzellian mines to us. A paltry price to pay for our bountiful aid in their restoration of the Crown City.
The Grand Norzellian mines. The spark that lit the flame of Esfrost's aggression. But why go through the trouble to seize an iron source when they have all the iron they could ever need? I should have Milo look into the matter.
It's the salt.
Minister Edor?
They found another source of salt.
Well, regardless, we control the salt. I say we bide our time until Esfrost admits they are defeated. Besides, Glenbrook seeks our aid in their reconstruction efforts, do they not?
Yes. King Roland and Minister Serenoa have both asked for help, and sent reports detailing the extent of the damage to the Crown City.
Send forth a veritable bounty. To Minister Serenoa of the Saintly Seven, that is.
Ah, yes. A show of the goddess's grace to the people, and as a wedge to drive between him and the king.
Esfrost, Glenbrook, they will both be ours before long.
Everyone except for fucking Glenbrook and Saranoa, everyone else is like world domination. And it's like, guys, you guys are assholes. Like, son of a bitch. Pass before I was going for Diverge. Okay. So can everyone just like chill? But yeah, so like these guys, they're going to attack them because like they don't think they need salt anymore, I think. Because they presumably have salt crystals instead, like rock salt, which we know exists. Okay, so this is a thing.
Thank you all for helping to determine the extent of the damage to the capital. This information will be invaluable as we proceed with reconstruction. There is also happy word from Castle Wolfort. My Lord Father is awake. They say he is recovering apace and is already up and walking.
Those are glad tidings indeed.
I want to go see my dad.
He says he would like to see us and hear of all that has passed while he was taken ill.
Then what are we waiting for? I'll saddle the horses.
Would that we could depart at once, but the messenger brought another piece of news.
Bandits plague the outskirts of the Rosellan village.
Jerome and his folk are there. They can handle a few mangy thieves, surely.
Not according to the messenger. The bandits are proving a formidable foe.
Which is why they have asked us for aid.
Which we should give them because they are in the Wolfort domain.
Apologies for my tardiness. It's sudden, I know, but I must ask you a favor.
What is it?
I suspect Patriot and his royalists of filching relief supplies.
We've no proof it's them, but the fact remains. The people in most need of those goods are not receiving them.
The matter warrants investigating at the very least, and I would ask for Wolfort's assistance.
I see. Well, we were just discussing what we ought to do next. Allow me to explain the 3 courses of action before us.
Wait, 3?
1. Return to Castle Wolfort as my Lord Father requests.
Fuck. Okay. Damn it. So there is 3. I can't go see Lord Simon with the Rosellan village under danger. I feel like that would be disrespecting Lord Simon.
2. Defend the Rosellan village from bandits.
Which is what I think should be, which I think is what Lord Saranoa should do as the Lord of the Wolfort domain.
Or 3. Remain in the capital to investigate the royalists.
And that's just to investigate the royalists, which I feel does not need our full house's resources. Like, I feel like we could just say, hey, Anna, you stay here.
Lord Simon has recovered. What splendid news. If I could only go to him myself and thank him for all House Wolfort has done. But I cannot leave the capital in the throes of a possible scandal. Too many hold the royal family in contempt as it is.
That may be the case, but now that Lord Simon has awoken, someone must make sure he is healthy and apprise him of recent events. I would go to Castle Wolfort, Lord Saranoa, if it pleases you.
My heart breaks for the Rosellan village. Let me go to its defense, even if I must go alone.
I cannot allow that. It's far too dangerous a task for one person.
Send spies to the royalists, go with wife and her father, rescue the bandit. I mean, but Frederica wants to go to the village as well. So the way I see it, it's like, okay. Because the thing is, the Rosellan village, House Wolfort, or Castle Wolfort, is on the way to the village, right? So it's like, okay. Like, Anna, stay here. Everyone else, let's head to Castle Wolfort, drop Benedict off, and then everyone else keep going to the Rosellan village, take care of that, and then come back. Then just like kind of reverse back.
Well, I would have the Wolfort soldiers with me, of course. Besides, do you recall our first meeting?
Of course I do. You were being assailed by rogues at the port.
If you hadn't been there, who knows what would have become of me? But I am not as weak now as I was then. I
Yeah.
am stronger, enough that I shall bring no dishonor to House Wolfort's name.
She is also a fire master.
My lord, have faith in me. Let me do this.
I do want to have faith in you, but I want to be there at your side.
Very well.
It seems best that Benedict, Frederica, and I each attend to these pressing matters. Separately.
So where do you... So is this like the first time that Sarah Noah gets to choose where he's going? Or is this everyone votes on where Sarah Noah goes? Like...
Indeed, but the rest of us cannot be in 3 places at once. We can only choose one path to take.
Once again, we could just... Like, we could just split more people up. Like, we could really just be like, okay, guys, who wants to go where? Okay, you go there. Like, we don't have to do this voting thing, right?
Bring the scales of conviction.
Like, I feel like this is one where the scales aren't necessarily as needed as previous times, because everyone recognizes that all things need to be taken care of at the same time. I cannot help but feel restless. We reclaimed the Crown City and have already begun restoration efforts. There should be no question as to what needs to be done here. And yet, something has me unsettled. We're going to return to Wolfort and tell Simon that Glenbrook has been reclaimed, remain Crown City and expose the corrupt royalists, travel to Roseanne Village and investigate the bandits. Undecided, too. Quality fiber, that's good. Okay. Large HP recovery pellet. Okay. So this is a cool room that I imagine we will fight in at some point. Yeah. 1,500. This is an interesting one. Because the thing is, this is one where, like, in terms of human problem, this is like a maximum. Because it's like, I want to do all 3. It's not a matter of like, I want to do one, but not the others. Or I don't want to do any. It's, I want to do all 3, and it sucks that I have to choose. Are you heading out, my lord? We'll say the bandits are enemy. Yes, I also agree, and that's what I'm probably going to go with. I do still need to see if I can't find more details. But yeah, it's... Because the thing is, right, we know the royalists are filtering goods, which, I mean, sucks, especially because, like, people need them right now. But that could only, like, potentially lead to death, which, I mean, like, I don't think people are at the risk of starving right now. And as we know, Sarah is going to be getting aid, which he can just send to the capital city with directions as to how it should be distributed instead. If it were all logical in my head. Quick accessories. What was that? I got the immunity amulet or something like that. Amulet of immunity. Grants immunity to all status ailments. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amulet. That's a pretty fucking good amulet. My god, okay. You know what? I would rather you not be able to get anything rather than you have additional 10 HP. I would say that that is reasonable. Let's give you an additional 10 HP. And you can get the golden pinky ring. And you still have the Vanguard scarf on. Which is not the best or worst thing. Because I put it on him, Superior Timber. That's good. Because I put it on him purely for the sake of one map and just haven't taken off Superior Stone. Okay, so Superior Timber, Superior Stone. That is what Benedict needs, if I remember right. So that's good. And it's good that I'm just picking up superior stuff now instead of quality only. And I'm still in the same chapter, so that's going to make it so I can't go buy them. Okay. So now that I'm out here, and I've done the loop around, right? Take care of everything else, I think. Now it's time to see if I can't gather information. Because, I mean, there are 2 undecided people, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get them all to get Roselle Village to win. Maybe defeat the bands and take their supplies for the people that, right? I must admit, I am deeply fascinated by you, Lord Serenal, a lord turned saint who won back his kingdom from Esrasti clutches and saw the prince back to his throne. I can only wonder how your people will welcome such a hero home. Pray allow me to accompany you, my lord. If I go to Wolford, I suppose Milo will be coming with me. Learn about Milo's destination. Okay. Yeah, because she wants to spy on us, but okay. And I guess that could be a thing where it's like, hey, what's the benefit of it? It's like, okay, we're not like yeah, we can leave, because once again, I'm just like, yo, we could just subdivide more. Like if the game wasn't forcing me to pull most of my party, it's really just like, yo, Benedict, the thing that you want is a one-man squad. Like, literally, you are enough. All right? Like, you could tell him everything by yourself. It does not need to be a group activity. And then Crown City one is like, you only need a small group to investigate people and then probably do some stuff. Heard some bandits were spotted on the fire skirts and the outskirts of Roselle Village. Rumor has it they're led by some father and daughter. Okay, we need to fucking take care of these 2. They are like it was fine when they were small time, but like they got a good sum of money from fucking Gustadolf for reporting the fake body or the not Roland body. Like, and they're still out banditing. Like, okay, I want these 2 dead. They're pissing me off. What are their names again? Father and daughter. Sounds like Travis and Trish. But what could they be after? Family banditry. I mean, that's also true. We don't know why they turned to banditry. Also, I don't care. Because they're also presumably going to sell my fiance back into Rosellan slavery. So, Return, I've heard great things about you. You are appointed one of the saintly 7 and even demonstrate your prowess as a lord of High House in battle. How should we royalists address you from now on? Meh. Okay, so that is that wing. Good. Okay, let's talk to you. My convictions have been strengthened. Our salt reserves are running low. We must restore trade with Hyzan as soon as possible. As one of the Saint 7, isn't there anything you can do? You don't worry so much. The consortium and merchants are already on the move. Let us give them some time. We rush into negotiations we may be taken advantage of. It is in our best interest to wait for the opportune moment. We must have King's will and permission before we act. In the meantime, we can share a portion of Wolfort's stores with the Crown City. In this case, I'm like, I wouldn't want to rush in. But also that kind of like detracts the need of it. I would say this. In the meantime, we can share a portion of Wolfort's stores. Yeah. Thank you, sir. The people will be ever so grateful. But if you wouldn't mind, could you please keep this a secret from His Majesty? Antonise, this is for the sake of the kingdom. I know Roland wouldn't mind in the least. Yes, sir. Put my mind at ease, Lord Wolfort. I cannot thank you enough. Hell yeah. Thank you. No problem, soldier. Thank you for caring. Oh, there we go. Well, no, I thought that was a shiny thing. It was not. Okay, hello there. To think that King Roland was alive all this time. Your house has my utmost respect for helping him to reclaim the capital. My allegiance to the royal family shall not waver, not now or ever. We were downright cowards under Esfrost's rule, but hearing stories of House Wolfort's courage in reclaiming the capital has inspired us to do better. Damn well better have. Put so much fucking work to get this bitch back. Just making sure. Nothing else. Okay. We royalists, along with Mr. Patriot himself, are helping to rebuild the capital. Fuck you. We must reverse all the changes that Esros has wrought and see the Crown City back to its former glory. I know that there are many problems facing the kingdom now, but us royalists are more than happy to take care of everything. Let's serve King Roland together. Please see to domestic affairs and reassure the people that everything will be okay. Is it true that the royalists tried to win the Archduke's favor in order to protect themselves? If you want our trust, tell us everything you learned about Esfrost under their rule. If you want our trust, tell us shit. Give us good info. I wish I could, my lord, but Archduke Gustav had us doing only the utmost menial of tasks. There isn't anything I can tell you. I should have suspected as much. There's no way Gustav would tell anything to those he couldn't trust. I do remember one thing, though. Mr. Patriot said that Lady Erica always wanted fresh fruit and wine brought to her room. I see. Thank you for your help. Fresh fruit and wine. Well, she's dead now, so it doesn't really matter what the fuck she wanted. Yeah. Fucking nobles. Fucking nobles, goddammit. Maybe Machias was right. Okay. So, the only new info we got was Milo's destination. Everything else was just going to be intrinsically there. Okay, so gameplay with VR version, you really put your units on the field like shit. Yeah, I saw that as well. I was actually talking about it earlier with some friends, and I was like, it's honestly like pretty cool. Because like in terms of like when you think of VR games, right, your brain immediately goes to like FPS games, right? Like immediately to shooters or like that kind of stuff. Very like you would think it would immediately go to things that make sense, like, oh yeah, here's chess but more, right? Where it's like moving boards on the pieces, like yeah. Like it makes a lot of sense as to why this would translate pretty darn well into it. So I'm hoping to see like more games kind of being like willing to experiment with different genres in VR. Okay, but we saved. So let's start with Anna and Eridor, and then we'll move around. Yeah.
Lord Saranoa.
We finally managed to rout those frosty forces from the capital. But it seems our busy days are not over yet. Now we must decide which issue requires our attention most. We should return home and tell Father our victory. This one should listen to reason. I believe our time best spent investigating the Royalists in the Crown City. We should look into the band spot near the Rosellan village. Once again, this is more like a, hey, Anna, I think your time would be, horror games should be, yeah, because those are the time, like horror and like FPS, like shooting games are generally the ones that you think of being like, oh yeah, these are perfect, right? Because horror, you get more into it, like, oh no. And like FPS, it's like, okay, they just kind of make sense, point and shoot, right? But then you get like this, where it's like, oh, it's VR chess, but extra, right? So I think that could be like pretty cool. Yeah, there's one where it's like, hey, Anna, could I just tell you to stay here and investigate the Royalists, please? I don't think like I would like you to come in terms of battle capabilities. In fact, I just upgraded you, but I think your skills would probably be best serviced to this goal. But I need your vote. I do wonder, like, what the playthrough looks like if you don't try to convince anyone of anything and you just let it, like, you let the fates decide, basically. You let whoever is undecided go in whatever path they are, like, I'm curious as to how that path goes. Like, what is the trend of the direction in that one? Yeah, we should look in the band spot near the Rosellan village. You would have us accompany Lady Frederica, my lord. I'm curious with the band seeking the Rosellan village, they would not go there without purpose. Rosellan village, far though it may be, still falls within Wolffort, and I cannot turn a blind eye to anyone who seeks to disrupt it. Yeah, second one. Of course, it is your duty as lord to think about such things.
Even so.
But our opponent would not be in another nation's army, but simple bandits. I cannot help but wonder if that is truly a priority right now.
I need time.
Having bandits in our domain is certainly a problem that concerns House Wolffort, and yet... I mean, hey, I gave you the honest truth. I mean, she probably would have liked the top one more, which I need to remember that I'm trying to convince people, not just giving my opinion on things. Crown City is finally back in Glenbrook's hands, but our work's far from over.
Listen, lad.
Where do you think we should go from here, lad? It may take ever, but can be swayed. This one should listen to read. Okay. He's like, yo, I get to see Lord Simon again? I want to go. But we need to look into bandits. Which path are you shooting towards? I'm not shooting towards any given path. I'm just trying to do what I think is correct, I guess. I'm trying to go with either what I think is just an obvious moral correct choice, like, do we sell out the Rosellans or not? Of course we don't. Fuck that. Do we give Roland to the S. Frosty, or do we say, no, screw you? Of course we say, oh, screw you, right? I'm going with the choices that I think are the most appropriate. I know there is a golden route. I don't know what choices that would involve. I'm curious to know. After I beat the game, of course. I don't want to know prior. But yeah, I'm not aiming for any specific thing because I don't know how many endings there are to aim for precisely. So yeah. So you want to come to lay a prayer to the Rosellan village, eh? Is it really that important right now, lad? Family banditry. Well, I promise that no harm will befall the Rosellan village, so I must do what I can to see that fulfilled. Here's what bands would hope to find in the Rosellan village. They must have some goal to travel so far. I feel like he wouldn't care about the goal. I feel like he would. All right. Well, Simon swore he would defend the Roselle from Hyzant, and it's fallen to us to do it in his stead. Jerome and the others might be in danger too. If this is the path we choose, we'd best make haste to that village. Thanks for that, lad. I think you might be right about the Rosellan village. Yeah, there we go. And now we need to see whether or not we can get anyone else. But yeah, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for dropping by. As a steward of House Wolford, it is my duty to let Lord Simon know what happened while he was ill. Benedict has already chosen a path. Okay. He 100% is locked in. Interesting. Okay, are you locked in too, Frederica? If the rumors of Bands are true, then Jerome and the others might be in danger. I must go to the village and see how my people are faring. Okay, interesting. So this is one where just straight up, they are doing their path. You are choosing what you are trying to get, what path you want to go. Well, that shows that indeed it does. And Roland is presumably similar. Honestly, I like this because I was about to say, so I was watching the trailer for the VR version, right? And there is dialogue in that trailer, which I presume is either from later in the game or maybe even earlier in the game. I don't know, but it is of seemingly people being mad at Serenoa. And as far as I understand, what they marketed when the game was coming out was your choices will have an effect on the party available to you. People would like leave your army based on the choices you're making. And I'm like, I have yet to get to a point where a person in my party has left, right? No one has left ever. And I'm like, were they lying? Or am I just choosing the right choices, basically, that keeps my party stable? Now, this is one where it's forcing people to leave, right? So if I go with Frederica, I get to stay with Frederica in the party, but Roland and Benedict are out, which I'm not too opposed to, mind you. Like, I feel like the loss of Benedict and Roland are less than the loss of Frederica, given her, like, strength. Now, Roland is pretty good. Benedict is, like, a good tank, but I did get Eridor to now also be a tank. So, we can get some stuff. So, let's try and get Gila. We may have freed the capital from Esros classes. Or, sorry, not Gila, Huet. But there's still so much work to be done. As a member of Kingsguard, I wish to stay here and help unify the Crown City. Yeah, they chose some interesting clips for the VR trailer. Yeah, I presume they were like from, because also like this VR trailer is coming out like a while after this game came out, right? So it's like, the game's already been out. Losing the units you invested the most, yeah, right? Wish to return home and tell but I feel like this isn't permanently losing Roland or Benedict. I feel like this is just for like a chapter, maybe, hopefully. Don't tell me. We should look at the band spot near Rosellan Village. Yeah. You want us to make for the Rosellan Village? Are you certain this is the best time for that? Rosellan Village is part of our domain. As Lord of Wolford, it's my duty to see that protected. That's not going to get Huet with us. I have faith in Frederica, but there is no telling how many bands away her. It is too dangerous for her to go alone. I feel like that wouldn't get her as well. Now it's time for Roland to show his people what their new king is capable of. We must put our faith in him and focus our attention elsewhere. I feel like this is the one that could get Huet.
Good point.
I suppose you are right. This is a critical moment for him as king. The people saw that House Wolford had a hand in resolving the problem, and they may be hesitant to acknowledge his power. Perhaps the capital is best left in King Roland's hands after all.
Okay.
I see now your reasons for wanting to visit the Rosellan village. Okay. So, because this also is a matter of, I wonder if who I'm able to convince for whatever path affects what party I bring, right? Like, because I was able to convince Huet to presume, or hopefully convince Huet to side with me, I get to keep Huette. Whereas if she voted to stay in the capital with Roland, she would stay. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Right? Obviously, Benedict, Roland, Frederica, they're rock solid in their choices. So they're going to whatever they want. But I don't know how the voting works in terms of distribution of people. If they vote for a certain path, do they go to that path or not? It would be curious to know. But yeah, I think we're good. Usually I reload a save to check out the other dialogue to like try to convince people, but given that it would literally just be Gila, I don't feel like that's all that worth it. So we're just going to go to the vote. Voting!
It is time to cast our votes. We have 3 options before us. Return to the Wolfort domain, depart to the Rosellan village, or stay in the capital. Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Do they have... Okay, they have the 3 people that are 100% locked in, go first. Makes sense. And Gila sides with Frederica. Now it's all the people I try to convince.
You have my vote.
After much deliberation, I've decided to let your convictions lead us. Cool, okay, so Anna's with us. That's good.
I have faith in
I was
you.
uncertain, but I trust your judgment, Lord Serenoa. Okay, so Huette is with us. If that's how it works.
You won me over.
I've got no good reason to disagree with you, lad. You have my vote. Okay, Eridor's with us. So, in this map, we should only be, or in this chapter, we should only be losing
Scales
Benedict
of
and
conviction
Roland.
will illuminate
As far
the
as I can
path
tell.
we've chosen.
As I would think. Good.
The way forward is decided. We march to the Rosellan village and drive the bandits from the surrounding woods.
Good. Can we also kill the bandits while we're at it? Please.
I shall accompany Frederica to defend the Rosellan village.
Okay.
I know not what the bandits are after, but I cannot allow them to run rampant over the land.
Thank you, Serenoa. I am heartened to have you by my side.
Very well. Fulfill your duty to your domain. I shall see to things in the capital.
Then I shall venture to the Wolfort domain and make our report to Lord Simon in your stead.
Yeah, which should have already been a done deal anyway. I don't know why that was even a choice. Right? Like...
And this is farewell for now. King Roland, Benedict, until our reunion in the capital.
Because this is one where it's like, the fact that that was a choice, whereas like Benedict was supporting it, where it's like, it really is a one-man job. And should Benedict not be supporting the protection of the domain and its citizens? Like, Serenoa is doing that in his father's stead, effectively, right? Roland and Benedict left the party. Okay. A banner's worth completed. Cool. Save your game. Hell to the yeah. So now we're in chapter 15, part 2. Wolfort Domain, Rosellan Village. Oh no, the ladder.
Here we are, the Rosellan Village.
Right. Just where that book we swiped from the archives pointed us.
Oh, so they're the ones. Why'd they randomly take a book? Because I would have thought it was someone else. This is one of the more interesting choices. At this point, I knew Frederica was a badass and trusted her to handle it. Oh yeah, I 100% trusted her. But, I mean, I gotta support her, you know? I gotta support the fiancé, right? Gotta support the woman that we just, you know, had a romantic Starry Night Sky look-a-thon at. Especially since she's going up against Team Rocket, right? Yeah. But, like, here's the thing, right? These fuckers accosted my fiancé prior to me even meeting her. Can't be allowed. They ran away like bitches last time. Gotta teach them a lesson. And also, like, guys, come on. Like, you guys are going after a racial minority. Like, that's not cool. Not cool at all. But want to hear a Doctor's Horror Story from a few years ago? Fucking hell yeah. Tell me, so long as it's not too graphic.
Ooh, you catch a whiff of that? Smells like treasure to me. Calling this hovel a village does a disservice to villages. We'll find that fortune soon enough.
Hold it, Trish. Maybe we'd best leave this treasure be.
Yeah, how about?
Having second thoughts, Pa? Knees buckling at the thought of a little bloodshed?
God, you fucking dick, Trish. Can I just kill you, please? So doctor who specialized in fertility had a couple who've been trying for 5 years to get pregnant. Dr. Allen tested could find another test on how they have doctors on words he wanted to jump out window after couple explaining their entire 5 years were trying to get pregnant. They were doing Oh Lord. Sounds like a pain in the ass. So I'm not gonna ask where you live, Spiced, but like I do have to wonder if the individuals involved had sex ed class in high school or middle school, because it sounds like they didn't. Oh Lord.
Now just shut up and use your head for a bit, girl. You know the story of this village as well as I. How they fled from the cruelty of Hyzant.
I should be a doctor having to explain sex ed to America, right? Like, because also, like, I feel like that also means the guy or girl in the relationship never watched porn either. Like, they didn't know. Like, what? How? Like, it also means they presumably never went on Google and looked up how are babies made. Also, yeah, that could be the case where maybe the husband did not want a child, and potentially the wife was not too knowledgeable, right? So, like, there is a potential for that.
Seems to me we have more than a bit in common with these folk. And I don't wish to cause them any more suffering than is necessary.
But you're still gonna mess with them. Like, at least Travis does have some empathy, but if they still go through with it, it doesn't matter, because you know what? People are judged on their actions, not their beliefs or thoughts. I could be thinking some terrible things up in my brain, but it doesn't matter as long as I don't make actions of them, right? Because that's what determines whether or not someone is really bad. If you have a bad thought and then don't do it, you're not bad, because you at least have morals or like some level of conscience to not do the bad things. But if you think the bad things and you're like, oh, maybe it's not a good thing, but then you still do the bad thing anyway, then you're still a bad person. Bad person in very, very, like, you know, there's always scales of gray and all that other jazz. But in an instance of this, right, where it's like, hey guys, these people pretty down on their luck. Not only are they escaped slaves who have been through a lot of shit, just recently they were kind of almost put back into that slavery by the Byzantine army, which I was talking about this earlier, not on stream, but with some friends, where I'm just like, yeah, the Rosellans, they really didn't choose the best place to settle down, if we're being real, because they're right next to the Byzantine border. Like, they really got over the border and built the town right there. Like, they could have gone a little bit deeper, I would think. I would hope.
You're getting soft in your old age, Pa. All right, have it your way. We'll give him a little scare, grab the treasure, and be on our way.
But there's one more. My damn back is still acting up. Not enough rest since the last job. Might be even worse than last time, as a matter of fact.
Did you go to sleep and wake up an old crone? Put your weapon in your hand and get moving! The likes of us only get one chance to grab fate by the horns, and this is ours!
We also got given a shit ton of money by Gustadolf. What the fuck happened to that?
Wasn't it you who taught us to take what we can, cause the world ain't in the habit of giving?
I know, but I...
You know what? I don't want to hear your bleating. Go rest if you need it, because I don't need you. Me and the boys will handle the treasure hunting.
Wait, Trish! Damn back.
I'm old. Someone get me a couple of hot stones wrapped in a towel.
The members of House Wolffort, having earned momentary respite after reclaiming the capital, decide to go their own way.
Go their own way.
Roland remains in the capital to deal with his political opponents.
Good.
Benedict returns to Castle Wolffort to visit the ailing Lord Simon.
They were now recovering Lord Simon.
Serenoa and Frederica, having received reports from Jerome of bandits in the Rosellan village, depart to investigate.
Yeah. Once again, really you just go by. You just go by the fort to get here. Having heard rumors of bandits in the area, Serenoa and Ventnu head to the Rosellan village to check on Jerome and the others. Yeah. Because there's no direct threat here, so not really need to go there. And this one, royalists are pieces of shit, but at the same time, it's like, okay, no direct threat to life as far as I am aware, which is good. Whereas this one, depending on the way the bands decide to do shit, could have some issues. Could be dangerous to people. Let's go to the encampment and just make sure they didn't add any additional stuff. Not going to help you. Yeah, they didn't add any additional stuff. I never actually looked at the additional notes that I got. Record of nature. In northern reaches of the realm lie the Norzellian Mountains. They are the source of the Norzellia River, and the blizzards surrounding their ice and snow-covered peaks prevent any from passing through. The summit is a harsh place where not even birds dare fly. Beneath the ground, however, runs veins rich in iron, copper, silver, and more. People of Esros eventually managed to reach these veins and open several mines. Prospectors looking for iron deposits should first seek out the alpine plant known as ferrum weed. Tiny red flowers sprout upon this weed's black leaves, and the plant itself can only be found in areas rich in iron. Red and black, the colors of the Grand Duchy, are said to represent fire and iron, but may also stand for the colors of ferrum weed. The Norzellian Mountains are also a major habitat of great hawks. Great hawks, both intelligent and large enough to carry a rider upon their backs, were once known to nest all across the realm, but are now rarely seen outside the mountains. Due to the difficulties of artificial breeding, these mountains are considered a very valuable place to hawk riders and any who use birds when sending missives. Beagle's nature records. In the east sprawls a barren desert wasteland known as the Byzantian Sands, home of the Source. A tributary of the Norzellia River runs through the area, but its waters are no match for the desert's soaring temperatures and harsh sunlight. At night, however, temperatures sink below freezing. Aside from Hyzant's capital, developed around the source, in the western part of the sands, the area is entirely unsuitable for living. Several small oases dot the depths of the sands, and herds of wild horses gather around these watering holes. They are robust creatures, having lived in the desert's harsh conditions, which makes them a perfect fit for any army's cavalry. Nations are willing to pay a high price for these horses. The famed Byzantine cavalry's horses were also taken from the sands. Many attempts have been made to reach the ends of the sands over the course of time, but none have succeeded. Although countless people enter the desert in search of adventure or riches, few return. Delving into the Byzantine sands is not a matter to be taken lightly. One must be willing to risk their very life when stepping foot into the wilderness. Okay. Cavalry and Hawk Riders are known for their superior mobility. This grants them the ability to move freely across the battlefield, although venturing too far from their allies without support. They should stay close. Be dangerous. Team of 3. Cavalry units or Hawk Riders can prove quite advantageous. Yeah, but I only ever had one cavalry and one Hawk Rider. Doing so to separate them. Yeah. Okay. The people of Norzellia. People are a product of their environment. For example, citizens of Glenbrook are calm and mild-mannered, much like their mild surroundings. Those living in the Crown City that Basel would trade, however, are calculating and easily influenced by others. People are also characterized by their emphasis on custom and tradition, which can be expected from such a long-standing nation. Those living in the Wolffort domain are simple and sincere, perhaps influenced by their lords. Esrosti citizens, on the other hand, are characterized by their proud and independent personalities. The duchy is home to many ambitious and inquisitive artisans. Some might say they can come off as self-righteous. Byzantine subjects are pious and honest, followers of the goddess. They offer their thanks to her every day for her blessings of equality. Ordinary persons, such as myself, tend to feel ashamed in comparison. Finally, we have the Roselle, marked by their rose-colored hair. Unfortunately, I have never had the pleasure of meeting a Rosellan in person, though I doubt I ever will find one outside the source. The goddess' teachings portray them as sinners who attempted to monopolize salt in ancient times. But could that really be true? Winds of Norzelia. There are two large wind systems constantly blowing across Norzelia. The cold wind, blowing from north to south, is known as the mountain wind. The warmer wind that blows from east to west is the desert wind. These two winds collide above the plains, creating clouds and bringing about rainfall. The breeze generated by this collision also helps ships traveling upstream. Birds instinctively use this wind when in flight. Messenger birds in particular take advantage of the gusts to travel long distances quickly. When great hawks have riders upon their backs, they utilize the strong winds to ascend and glide. Skilled hawkers and hawk riders can read the winds and use them to travel further distances. Okay. Mind of the Goddess. History of Norzelia is also the history of the goddess' teachings. The goddess punished the Roselle who attempted to claim the realm's salt as their own and bestowed the source upon her faithful. The goddess' scriptures are the oldest of Norzelia's written records, and her teachings are the oldest religion in the land. The history of her followers predates that of all nations. With the source and power of salt at their backs, her faithful built a nation headed by a Hierophant that unified church and state. That nation came to be known as the Holy State of Hyzant. According to the scriptures, Hyzant is the oldest of the three nations. With asterisks. Though it is unknown when the giant statue of the goddess at the source was built, her believers assert that as the goddess descended upon this earth. Her words are spoken through the Hierophant, who in turn brings equality to her faithful. The fact that such a peculiar nation owns the source and has held such tremendous influence since antiquity is both a mystery and distinction of Norzelian history. While some books assert that Glenbrook is the oldest of the three nations, those records were written after the goddess' scriptures, which has led some to believe that they are more fabrication than fact. Although there is no doubt as to when the scriptures were written, their level of literary completeness suggests that other records should have existed at the time. Since no such records remain, however, it is hypothesized that a large-scale book burning may have occurred. Saint 7. Saint 7, headed by the Hierophant, are the leaders of Hyzant. They are responsible for aiding the Hierophant, oracle of the goddess, and guiding the Holy State's faithful. In addition, each saint is responsible for an important division and acts as a minister in other nations. However, all are equal in the eyes of the goddess, including the Saintly Seven. It is therefore strictly forbidden for anyone to pursue their own personal interests. The saints who serve the Hierophant are as follows: Source the End, Minister of Salt, Overseer of the Source, not anymore. Exarm Marshal, Minister of Arms, Master of Military Matters. Camsel Ferrant, Minister of Domestic Affairs, Protector of Public Order. Idor Delmira, Minister of Religion. Alila Vycraft or Viscraft, Minister of Medicine. Tenebris Mistel, Vice Minister of Religion, Keeper of the Goddess' History. The Rosellan Uprising. Okay. The source is said to be the Holy Ground in Hyzant, and a place where the Roselle atone for the sins of their ancestors. It is also the origin of the realm's salt, but its limited access makes it nearly impossible for anyone to see what truly goes on inside. However, during the midst of the Salt Iron War, the Roselle rebelled against the Holy State and escaped, leaving behind a scar upon the goddess' statue, or so the story goes. Hyzant has never made an official statement regarding the incident. Even so, investigations have shown that a group of Roselle were spotted near the Citadel of the Sands and the Wolfort Domain at that time. It is also an open secret that a Rosellan village stands deep within the current Wolfort Domain. Around the same time, Lady Orlea was also welcomed to Ironstone as a concubine of the previous Archduke, Zygmunt. The Archduke never revealed Lady Orlea's origins, much to the disappointment of his chief vassals. The occurrence of these incidents is much too great a coincidence to ignore. But those are problems of the past. What is important is the fact that the Roselle at the source possess the power to shake Hyzant. If we are able to harness that power, our nation would be in a most favorable position. History of Esfrost. The origins of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost are complex. The nation's founders were of House Esfrost, a family of nobles related to a previous generation of Glenbrook's royal line. At that time, a clan from the northern mountains repeatedly invaded the kingdom and caused great damage. House Esfrost then led a company of vassals and mercenaries into the mountains and defeated the clan's chief. In recognition of their valor, the king granted the Esfrost dukedom and rulership of their conquered territory, which came to be known as the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. House Esfrost encouraged the mountain folk under their jurisdiction to turn their ironworking skills into an industry, thus strengthening their move toward independence. When the crown transferred to the current family line, Esfrost made its break from the kingdom and established itself as its own nation. The military might is still alive and well in the Black Irons, who wield the latest iron arms, and the mountain folk raised in the harsh northern environs ardently support the simple and stable rule of House Esfrost. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of lore. Yeah, character story and all those. Path traveled. Oh, okay. So... Wait. What the hell? So... Wait, what the fuck? I'm just looking at this split. How am I already on a second split? So they went their way. So is the split you did or did not go with a person? What split happened here? Because obviously, like, there's the 3 split, right? For go to Simone, go to stay in the capital, or go to Rosellan Village. But what's this second split? Unless each one does a double split indicating that Serenoa goes with them? Maybe? Huh. Okay, but we don't have Roland, but we still have Huette, so I mean, like, and Benedict is gone. So I mean, honestly, we aren't missing too much, I would say. Especially now that we have Eridor. And I got almost everyone their next, or their levels. Because also, luckily, both Anna and, yeah, because the people that I got to the final rank of things were the 3 that I kept in the thing, because I didn't boost the other ones. Okay. So I do now have Superior Stone, so I could get that. Now with Benedict not here, I do still have 1 Spear Iron, but I'd like to start saving that up some more. You could use some quality iron, frankly. It is, I believe, the only time the game does this. It's different based on whether you gave up the Roselle to high. Oh! That makes sense. Right? Because if we gave up the Roselle to Hyzant, right, then this wouldn't necessarily even be happening, right? Right? Because chances are it's, hey, are we investigating an empty village or are we investigating a populated village, right? That's a good catch. Thank you. Right? Because obviously I don't know how that route goes, whether or not the Rosellans are actually given up. I think that is not known to me. But King's Shield is goated skill. Really? Become invincible, infuriate all enemies. See, okay. The thing is, I wasn't sure about this one because, one, I haven't really used him much in combat, so I'm not too familiar with using him. But I wasn't sure what the range is. Because, yeah, it does definitely make sense that it's like, oh yeah, this is a really good skill because he doesn't take any damage and all the enemies will want to attack him, right? So it makes sense that this is a really good skill. You know what, fuck it, let's get it. I'll take your advice, buddy. As someone who also has a Twitch name with Buddy in it. Yes, and this is another one that I was debating on getting, because this makes a lot of sense now that because Frederica is a very high TP usage character. So she always needs to have ways to get TP faster, whether it's with Yulio or getting additional TP when you defeat an enemy. I think that this makes sense to get. Because also she has AoE, so she can kill multiple enemies in one turn, right? Because ideally, I guess, ideally, you could use Sunfall, kill 5 people, and then you're back up to 5. To be kind of very, yeah. Right? It does also make me wonder if maybe I should put Scorch damage up instead of Blazing Chains, although Blazing Chains is more of a guaranteed kill, because it's single target anyway, so it does more damage, whereas Scorch is the lowest cost AoE boost. You know what, yeah. Let's put it on Scorch for right now. See how it goes. Still need to try out Sunfall. Yeah, that's good. I definitely like. Can I buy any quality iron? It's probably too expensive right now. I've probably bought a lot of it. Yeah, so it's all sold out. I wish there was like a trade shop, right? Like trade low level stuff for high level, like East kind of stuff. Where it's like, hey, look at this stock of 30 timber and 30 stone and whatnot. Because the additional like mean thing, right, is once you upgrade someone enough, their rank 1 stuff then requires the rank 2 stuff. So it's like, even if I bought all the iron, I still couldn't upgrade Saranoa's thing, which is kind of the mean part, and why it's just like, yeah, I don't really feel like doing that. Yeah. Increase the effect of haste, increase the duration of haste by 1 turn. Yeah, effect, so it's bigger speed. Yeah, and there's just a lot of stuff that I want to... Like, I'm hoping that I can start getting superior stuff picked up and taken out of, like, these additional fights eventually, because that would be beneficial to me to be able to start getting those final skills on more people. But, okay, so that is good, I think. Now that I got those, so nothing else. Okay. So before I go into the Rosellan village, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do a little get up and walk around break. So let's all do that for a hot, quick second. Okay, so let's get back into the game. Go. There we go. Okay, so let's go investigate the Rosellan village. Having heard rumors of bandits in the area, Cyrano and his retinue head to the Rosellan village to check on Jerome and the others. There we go.
Ah, Lord Serenoa, Lady Frederica.
Hello. Head of the Rosellan village in the Wolfort domain, he is deeply respected by his people.
Glenbrook is as prosperous as it ever was. And I hear we have you two to thank for it.
Glenbrook owes its return to prosperity to many, Jerome. I only hope this marks the beginning of a journey toward peace.
As do I. So, what brings you to our humble village this day?
We've received word that you've been having trouble with bandits.
Yeah.
And you came all the way here personally? Truly, I am moved.
I am the lord of this domain.
You're under the protection of House Wolfort. I'm only doing my duty.
Of course. As a matter of fact, we have sighted bandits skulking about in the woods. Fortunately, they seem to be content with that.
I'm glad no one has come to harm.
For now, my lady. Doubtless they are probing our defenses for weaknesses. Although they've yet to bare their fangs, I feel their gaze on my back from time to time.
Bandits aren't known for planning ahead, but there's a first time for everything. I suggest we look into this, my lord.
And if they are planning ahead, that means they're planning something big.
I agree. If indeed there are bandits lurking about, we should flush them out or drive them away.
That would be much appreciated, my lord. We've sent out our own search parties, but with you by our side, the work will go all the quicker. However, I understand your recent days have been filled with strife, and you've journeyed far. Allow us one night to treat your arrival with the pomp it deserves.
Thank you, Jerome. I would welcome a night free from worry.
And the bandits are going to attack at night, I'm sure.
Then we shall prepare a feast. I look forward to hearing stories of your heroic exploits.
I've got a few of those. All it'll cost you is a few drafts of ale.
Drafts. Okay. I always thought that was pronounced draughts. Drafts. Okay. I guess that's where the local, the normalized spelling comes from. Let's see how the result faring when we investigate the bandits. Give me money. Suspect. There we go. That's the sparkle. Disenchanting spice 2. Okay, any other? Oh, there's one. Panacea pellet. Any other? Oop. Added children's scribbles to notes. Large thunderstones. Children's scribbles. I want to look as dashing on horseback as Prince Roland. My dream is to be as beautiful as Lady Frederica. One day I'll be an even better strategist than Benedict. I want to fly on a big hawk just like Huette. And it gave me sweets and it made me very glad. I want to study magic with Gila. Eridor looks big and scary, but he's really strong. I want to fight along Lord Serenoa someday too. Yeah. And that's why we protected them. Protect the children. Good job, Serenoa. Okay, let's check the houses first. Okay, anything to pick up? No? Okay. What's going on, man? Congratulations on your victory, my lord. Heard you wrested the crown city out of Aesfrost's iron clutches. We cannot thank you enough for coming to our aid during what is undoubtedly a busy time for you. If there's anything we can do to be of service, you need only say the word. Rebuilding the capital will require a large quantity of stone lumber. Would you be able to help us procure some? You needn't worry about us. We ask that you continue living your lives as you always have. It will be necessary as my duty as lord of this domain to ensure the safety of my people. Yeah, you know what? Stone and lumber. Could you help us? Because, like, they want to help. That won't be a problem at all for us. We can get started right away. We owe you a great debt for coming to our rescue. This is the least we can do. Right? Like, they're offering help. We should take it to, you know, help. especially because we know the capital is being plagued by fuckers who are kind of self-sabotaging. Right? Like, all the royalists who are taking food away from the citizens, it's like, dude, you guys realize that you could just be usurped by the people, right? Like, you don't actually serve that important of a purpose. One day I'm gonna be as strong as you and protect this village, Lord Serenal. Puts my heart at ease knowing the village is unharmed. Seeing them here and now makes me more thankful than ever we chose a path that didn't require their sacrifice. And you were going to vote for their sacrifice. You chose us. Make sure they don't lay a finger on this village. Why would bandits come here? If there's money they're after, the nobles' quarters or a caravan would be much more lucrative. Okay. Oh, come on. Go into the house. 2,900. That's good. That's good. That's good. I did grind out a lot of money when I was grinding the materials as well as the levels for Eridor, because it was just like, and the kudos, because it's like, yeah, anything, all the weapon upgrades require money, as well as buying all the upgrade materials. But those bands be after the salt crystal, but there's no one who knows about it besides Lady Orlea and I. And the only crystal we have now belongs to you. We have nothing else to give. But they don't know that, because they read it from a book. And also, there used to be a mirror back here. But I guess they moved it. Meow. My parents have to play inside the village because some dangerous people are out there. But now you're here, you can tell me what's going on out there. Pretty please? Yeah, unfortunately not, kid. You reclaim the capital and defend the Roselle. Ain't no one out there who can deny your greatness now, lad. Let's round up these bandits and then grab ourselves a swig of wine to celebrate. We cannot thank House Wolfort enough for protecting us. We owe you our lives. Yes, everyone. Thank you. Word has it that you came running when you heard there were bandits here. You are too kind, my lord. I know the other villagers are on patrol, but I worry so much about being attacked that I can't sleep at night. Is anyone gonna give me info? We spot traces of the band's campgrounds near the outskirts, but them around is too dangerous to even go hunting. My convictions have been strengthened going down this ladder. I won't forgive bands for trying to pillage this poor village. They won't get away with this. Cure all pellet, nice. Let's talk to you. I never expected you to come to our rescue again, Lord Serenal. We were prepared to defend this village on our own, but we are 100 times stronger with you at our side. Probably more than 100, frankly. I wish we had more to offer you, especially after you came all this way. But with all the bandits being as close as they are, we haven't been able to leave the village at all. The fact that I have yet to get even a single piece of information is kind of surprising. I would have expected at least one, but I guess I'm not really going to be voting on where to go after this. I'm already kind of here. So I guess I don't need new information, I would think. Although I guess the knowledge that I have all the currently existing notes is what makes it important. Seeing the village like this, I know we made the right choice. As a fellow Rosellan, I want to see them safe. Will you help me, Lord? Will you help me, Serenella? Rosella and my people too. As Lord of this domain, I swear not to let harm befall them. I wish not to see them caught up in our battles ever again, or vow if this land grows, the bear will be for us all. On the contrary, I would ask for your help, Frederica. Yeah, I'm the Lord. Thank you, Serenella. You needn't thank me. Protecting them is part of my duty as Lord, as it was my father's. And I will do everything in my power to assist you. Let's protect the Roselle, together. Right choice by protection? Yeah. So it's interesting because, yeah, this village would be in a much different state if we didn't choose this path. And I'm curious as to what it like that's the interesting thing where it's like, oh yeah, the paths would be distinctly different. And I'm curious to know what all the differences would be. Like, I imagine I would have a much different, I feel like I would have a different party. Like, I feel like people would have permanently left my party somehow. Okay. So let's do that. There was nothing really to gain in terms of information, but I guess that's a good thing. Should we group with the others and see what they have learned? Because maybe by finding out that there is even the
villagers
rock
seem
salt.
to be in high spirits.
No.
I hope the
That's-
bandits have been
yeah.
scared off for good.
As do I. It was surprising to see that despite everything, the lives of most haven't changed a bit.
I cannot help but wonder what drew their attention in the first place, however.
You don't think it had something to do with the salt crystals, do you?
Yes.
How would they know? Hyzan protects that information more fiercely than the goddess herself.
Then, perhaps in their desperation, they've stooped to capturing and selling the Roselle to Hyzant.
No. I won't allow the wickedness of House Talior to run rampant again.
It was only a thought, my lady. We know nothing for certain.
Indeed, and it will serve us not to conjecture endlessly. We need to flush these bandits out and hear it from their own mouths.
Yeah. Because that also brings a question. Why did Trish steal a book from the archives? And why that book in particular? Was she just trying to steal any book and happened to get the book that Orlea wrote? Or was it something else?
Aye, but even bandits value their own lives. They won't do anything rash, so long as the odds are against them.
Lord Serenoa, bandits! They're everywhere!
What? Suppose these ones aren't the sharpest tools in the forge.
We must hurry.
Okay. Okay. Recommend level 24. Character story. Oh, okay. A single man puts an end to the chaos caused by some Esfrosti soldiers in Glenbrook. Okay, this is the first time we've seen a new character. Interesting.
My shop! Someone stop this madness!
Carry on screaming and sniveling. This land is ours now, and we'll do as we please.
You monsters!
Ha! Try me! I'll cut you down where you stand.
Oh, another Hawk Rider. Okay.
And just what do you think you're doing?
With a shield.
You disgust me. Be gone from this place.
Big stout honk shield.
So, you've chosen death then?
Hold! Lest my eyes deceive me, is that not Sir Flanagan?
Sir Flanagan?
And what if I am?
Former Frosty soldier Flanagan Groot, a former Frosty soldier and commander of the elite Black Irons. He is also known as the Bloody Shield. Okay.
Tis him! The Bloody Shield in the flesh!
Former Black Iron captain. Damn it all! Run for your life, you fool!
How far they have fallen. They confuse might for morality, and sully the duchy's good name.
Hail, soldier! I cannot thank you enough for coming to my aid.
'Tis instinct. I cannot abide such cruelty.
Okay. There's
Though
still
I
as
no
Frosty
longer
with
call
honor.
myself a soldier. It is the only station my skills afford me.
And away I go.
Milord, a man calling himself Flanagan requests an audience. Will you grant it?
Flanagan? The name sounds familiar somehow.
Ah, he fought in the tourney, didn't he? The one they call the Bloody Shield.
He is Frosty Soldier. What brings him to me? Anyhow, send him in.
My lord.
Okay. I wonder if they wanted to give you a.
Bloody Shield?
I wonder if they want to give you a new character because there was the potential for you to have lost access to more than just Roland and Benedict, right? Like, depending on how the other people voted, maybe you would have lost access to like 5 people.
and many more since I answered to that name.
Then what brings an Frosty to us this day?
Words cannot bring back your countrymen, but I give them to you anyway. I condemn the Duchy's actions with every fiber of my being. Deeply ashamed am I of our Archduke's willingness to shed the blood of innocents. Meager though they may be, you have my sympathies.
So, you came all this way just to apologize? You're a strange one, all right.
I am well aware that words alone mean little. And that is why I offer my service, that my words might ring true.
Why House Wolfort? There are far greater armies that would give anything to have a warrior like you in their ranks.
I mean, there are literally, other than the Esfrosti army, I feel like there are only two other armies. The Glenbrook army and the Hyzantian army. Like, other than Wolfort.
I have no interest in further bolstering the might of Esfrost or Hyzant.
Yeah.
They trample the weak with no remorse. I will stand for it no longer.
And you think you can stand here and call us weak? You little...
You intrigue me, Sir Flanagan. But what of your title? Is your shield truly stained with blood?
It's a name given to me by men, nothing more.
You can trust he'll hold his own in battle if you take him in. One look is enough to tell you that.
Welcome aboard.
A boon to our cause, then. Provided we ourselves do not become the very thing you despise. House Wolfort welcomes you, Sir Flanagan.
Cool.
The feeling of intrigue is mutual. I am at your service.
Okay.
You're two peas in a pod, aren't you?
So I wonder if you get Sir Flanagan in all the routes, or if it's just this one. Like, I wonder if the additional side characters, not just like the main story ones, change. Flanagan's aptitudes in battle: a rugged and mighty warrior who soars above the battlefield, draws the enemy's attacks, stands strong against head-on attacks. Interesting. So he's like a mounted Eridor? Is what I'm parsing. Okay. Interesting. Let's go to the encampment. Let's go to the encampment for a quick spell. How's it going, man? Yes, my lord, do you have need of me? I'm not yet accustomed to the ways of your army, but I doubt I've seen a finer force. They are highly disciplined and more than a little suspicious of me. But that's to their credit. I assure you their suspicions are unfounded. As a soldier myself, I know well the value of loyalty. Okay, so what's going on here? Yeah, so you are at a higher level with 40 more HP at the same, like, rank. Passive increases damage inflicted by arrows. Yeah, okay, but he has a natural weakness to bows. Decreased damage taken head-on. Shield bash, physical damage to an enemy. Have a chance to infuriate them for 2 turns. Aerial assault. Ride your hawk to a selected square. The hawk will deal physical damage to all enemies within range. Shielding stance. Take 50% of damage for a selected ally for 2 turns. You only take damage when within 3 squares of the target. Interesting. Okay, and his movement is only 4. Just for a mounted unit, that's pretty weak. But his jump is 32. So if we're in a very vertical place, that actually makes him a lot better. Okay. Let's go to him. Yeah, because his weapon is still rank 1. What's his stuff looking at? Indestructible stone and obsidian. Indestructible stone and obsidian. Yeah, that's... Might as well, right? Because if I want to use him, I probably need to upgrade him. Okay. It's a cool shield design, I will say. Okay, so... Weapon potency, defense, HP, speed. Speed might not be bad. Cost aerial assault, grants immunity to being knocked back. Could be good. And then Obsidian. Weapon potency, physical defense, decreased damage taken by adjacent allies for 3 turns. Would not be bad. He uses iron and stone. Okay. Let's boost weapon potency first and foremost. think that makes sense. 1 quality iron. Don't even have that. But okay. I was able to at least get that. Because I would presume quality iron, yeah, it's all still gone. Okay. I might use him in this fight. It depends. Did I? Just need to check. I don't think I unlocked. Yeah, I didn't unlock the auto turret, which I'm still curious. Like that's one that I want to get, if only because I'm curious as to exactly how it works. Oh, and they took off their things because okay. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. You're there. So let's give you that. And let's give you that. I'll give you grounding. And is there anyone weak to wind right now? You're weak to fire. I'll give you wind just in case. It's fine. Yeah, because I feel like depending on how the turret skill works, if it just stays out, that could be really good. But if it's just one turn, then wouldn't be great. Party faces off against Trish, who demands to know where the Roselle are hiding the treasure. Okay, so they are looking for the treasure, as we expected, but the treasure is not present anymore. So let's go. 24. Hopefully this isn't too bad. Hopefully. Oh, she's just on top of the well.
Time to hand over the treasure.
Treasure? We are humble folk. There is no treasure here.
Sup?
Don't play coy with us. We know it's here.
It?
Yeah. No way Esfrost would go through the trouble of hiding this book if there weren't no treasure.
You fool! Don't go blabbing all our secrets.
Oh!
A book? What book? We didn't see no book.
A book? They stole a book from the archives?
Use your eyes and think. If we were hiding treasure, would we not avail ourselves some small portion of it?
I suppose.
Well, damn. Okay, when you talk logic like that.
Don't let his fancy words befuddle that big head of yours. If they're just going to keep yapping on about having no treasure, we might as well drive him out and look for it ourselves. And if they get hurt in the process, they can't say we didn't warn them.
Well,
it is I who shall warn you. Cease this folly and we will not punish you. This place falls under our rule and we won't suffer bandits to harass our subjects.
We don't need the sufferance of some blue bloods. You'll regret crossing swords with me and mine.
I don't think we will, given that we've already defeated you, what, once, twice?
'Tis your last chance. Hand over the treasure so we can all go home and Pa can stop his moaning about how we're so poor.
Got the reward from Gustadolf, god damn it. And also, you need to say what the treasure is so they can even say.
Or don't hand it over and make it fun for us. We're coming for you either way.
Dumb bitch. Okay. So, what are... Battle Bandit, defeat Trish, lose all allied forces, unit placement, select units to deploy, your recommended and your recommended, presumably for, yeah, okay. The ones that I recommended are the ones that have high moving capability. Yeah. Nope. We'll table Corentin.
I'll give it a try.
We'll bring him. Think that'll be good. It'll help us deal with stuff like that. Okay. So you're definitely going to be trying to get up here, so I'm gonna want to deal with you soon-ish. Yeah, you would be good. You should hang out with you always. I would like to use her big AoE on like a big group of them, so that would be helpful if possible. Yeah, let's try and get Hewitt up there. I think that makes sense. Yeah, he goes first. He goes 23rd. It's 3. Okay. Really, you go 27th? How are you slower than him? Doesn't speed determine turn order? What the hell? Also, I guess I could put people back here to go that way. But no, let's just kind of stay as a group. I'll go with Flanagan up to there. Oh, interesting. So you still only start out with 3, even at the max class. It just has it has max TP at 5. Okay. Good to know. Okay, this should be good. Let's go. We just have to defeat Trish. Shouldn't necessarily be the most difficult thing. Hopefully.
All right, come on, come on! I'll be giving out bruisins for free!
Whatever treasure you seek, it isn't here. Leave now and save us all unnecessary trouble.
Shut your trap. That's exactly what someone with treasure would say, and we're coming for it!
See, it's exactly what someone with and without treasure would say, which is why
Time to work.
it's not a very good way to determine it. Okay, so I have 3, so that's...
This'll hurt.
You missed. God damn it. Okay.
You won't catch me.
Oh yeah, I also put on... default fast speed. Let me change that real quick. Battle settings. Change speed of scenes during battle. Constant fast forward. Yeah. There we go. That way it doesn't get confusing. Fast stitch. Yeah, there you go.
Take aim.
Nice high ground.
Come on then.
You can just wait. Get slightly faster turn. Provoke. Fury. Okay.
Forward.
Hawk dive. 105. Yeah, we'll keep facing that way. Oil. Oop. Oil. Okay, they got fire arrows somewhere. XP plus 100. Oh, you guys are gonna be fire. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Absolutely. Okay, and he's immobile. He is furiated and immobile.
You've done it now!
Must remain calm.
let's put that there. Ooh, he's in the oil. Oh well.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Yeah. No, for right now, let's do that.
Time to take action.
Oh, no truth.
Let's do this.
Thank you.
Good. Oil.
Allow me.
Sunfall. Strength numbers, magic ablaze. Hopefully. That all works out. 72. Steel trap. Okay, so there's a trap on that.
At your command.
Tile. Yeah, you know, let's do that.
On guard.
Yeah. Puts him in aggro range, but I mean, he's at least still nearby. Oh, fuck, didn't mean to do that.
Damn it!
Okay. Backstab.
Sound strike.
Good.
For life.
Surprise attack, back attack, damage up.
Sound strike.
Okay.
Feisty, aren't we? What a pain.
Yeah, okay, you missed. Great. Oh, yeah, you're still going up. Fuck. God damn it. I just want to see cool things. Okay. I wonder if while you're casting, you take more damage.
Not another step.
Do you even get to do a single fucking spell?
The situation is
Fucking
grim.
whore.
Now I end this. For my kith and kin.
Okay.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Good.
I'm behind you.
The tides are turning.
Okay. Can you stop it?
Come on! Look at me learning.
Can you not be infuriated? So we can use like special skills?
I must carry on.
Okay, finish them. Oh wait, no. It's 2 best regards. Don't even know who I'd wanna. 3, 69. Sure.
Here goes. I will follow you faithfully till the end.
Fucking piece of shit.
A wasted effort.
Now I don't even have my caster, so all the big guys are gonna be fucking garbage.
How about this?
Okay.
Point me at him!
Miss.
Time to work.
At least they're missing a decent amount.
It's over.
You won't escape.
Go.
Now it's my turn.
Be brave.
What are you and your cups about?
Them both. And of course, you're
They
having
got
the
me.
back.
Battle is ours.
And of course you are.
You'll get no mercy from us.
Blind you.
Not a chance.
Good.
Forward.
Did you go down and jump across, or what the fuck did you just do?
I'll make this quick.
Let's do that.
I shall do what I can.
182.
Your wounds are
That really wish Frederica wasn't dead.
closer to our hope.
Literally before you could do anything. So I overextended her.
This ain't ideal.
And oh fuck it. Let's use it. He has it. Oh, cool, great, love it. Well, I mean,
Ready for battle.
unless they're infuriated, you can't really focus on it. You get taken out. That's another steel trap there.
Carry on. We can do this.
I'm going for it.
Okay.
I need healing.
Once again, like, sometimes it just fucking sucks. Like I feel like I feel like I understand how to play this game, and then the game itself just decides, no, actually, you don't.
Victory is within reach. Leave everything to me. What are you and your cups about? I'm old, not a pushover.
Okay.
Time to take flight.
Okay, you're going next. You're blinded. What the heck?
Take this battle is won.
Blinded.
From where shall we strike?
Okay, so I kill you now.
Perish.
Less of a worry.
Ready for battle.
Take
that.
Shall we begin? Your wounds are
What a relief.
I'll take you on.
Fucker.
I must carry on.
Oh, can't move. Okay. Yeah, let's take one other TP.
Me too.
56. His counterattacks don't do much damage. At least that's a lot of HP.
You've done it now.
Defense, although taking enough of it.
I need healing.
No, that'd be pointless.
Please work.
Go.
I can do this.
Ladder 2. Curious as to what that entails. What does ladder 2 do? set. Second ladder, second square for easy access. There's ladder's previously set with this ability. Okay, so first ladder, second ladder. Okay. Gosh, she's like, I was hoping that like with all their upgrades, she would do like, I don't know, half of the enemy's health in one hit. It's really just like a...
Sound strike. Victory is within reach. Feisty, aren't we? Stay out of my way.
Missing the 84. Fucking love it.
Battle is ours.
I could do... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have to worry too much about that. 11, 12, 2. You do just have to focus on killing her, but at the same time, these these healers will cause an issue.
Together.
Act again. Okay. Cool.
Cool heads shall prevail.
For one and all.
I owe ya. Defeat is not an option. This ends here. I'll take you on.
Good. Actually. Transfer for all enemies. You know what? Here's what we're gonna provoke.
I'll be your shield.
Time to take action.
Take
Over here.
You've done it now.
Eridor doesn't. Oh, of course, you go behind.
They got me. Ow, ow, ow.
Can you please fucking. Fuck!
I need a healer.
Son of a bitch.
You little.
Victory is within reach.
Go.
You've done it now.
I'll give it my best. Please work.
Yeah, because someone's gonna move there. Put you up there. Fucking called it.
You're done.
Are you fucking serious? God damn it!
Defeat is not an option.
Ah. It's like over and over and over and over. They keep repeatedly just being pieces of shit. Just try. Like at this point, I'm just fucking too far spread out.
Will help.
They have more range than I do.
Leave it to me. Perfect. It's only a flesh wound.
The annoying part is now I don't even have my fucking ranged attacker to be able to. Yeah, 'cause I need to do that so I don't have a fucking.
Too obvious.
So I don't have a goddamn healer healing her.
I've got it.
Okay. Yeah, of course you just fucking poisoned me.
curses!
I get up here. Get up here. No? 8, 11. Goes back to 13.
Here!
Not worth it.
I shall do what I can. Be at ease.
That's much better.
Okay.
I must tread carefully.
Are you fucking serious? I forgot that was there.
Can't go. Time to take action.
He's gone.
You stubborn, greedy nobles! I'm not letting you besmirch my family name!
Now it's my turn. I'm moving this thing over.
I'm getting that treasure a tribute for poor old Pa!
Yeah, fuck off.
Ready for battle.
Like, the most bullshit part about this is I know this isn't gonna end with me fucking murdering this dumb bitch.
No use.
No!
Even though it really should.
I can still move.
Suffer!
Okay.
This ends here!
Damn you!
Let me heal your wounds. Your wounds are healed.
The tides are turning.
Okay. Oh, of course. Cool, because of course you just move the one space necessary to fucking figure out. Like, because of course you do.
Come on.
Why wouldn't you just move to that specific spot? Fuck off. Game cheats.
Benedict.
It's no use.
Damn it! You got me!
Yeah.
It ain't over yet!
Yeah, well, I have a feeling that this is kinda over-ish. 9, 2.
Death from above!
Cool. Good.
I'll take it from here. I've got this.
Cool heads shall prevail.
How are they still able to? Oh yeah, because they can probably just go up the ladder. Oh, god damn it. Motherfucker, I forgot about these the entire time. Motherfucker. Okay, well that explains why I was having such a hard time. Because I wasn't using everything available to me.
It's no use.
Of course he feared.
Damn you!
I didn't mean
Okay.
to let you down.
Now, what say you to a little wheelin' and dealin'?
Fucking
Hand it
piss
over,
off at this
and
map.
we'll let you go with your lives.
We'll have no truck with bandits. Continue this folly at your own peril. Forward!
What is... Guaranteed. Okay, so that's in tandem. I have 5 points. So you know what? Let's heal him right now. Then let's... You have that. It's 100. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Let's guarantee critical blow. Hawk dive on you.
Death from above! Ha-ha!
Get you that. That's fine. That's fine.
Shall we begin?
Okay. And then we're going to do that, so he goes immediately. And heal yourself.
Defeat is not an option.
And then you use Hawk Dive again, and this takes her
Now
out.
I am this.
How the fuck did I win that?
Son of a swineherd.
My lord.
I can't go back to Pa empty-handed.
I'm the fucking blue spoils just out on the field because of all this. That was a fucking fight, god damn it. That sucked. Couldn't even get to see what fucking Sunfall looked like because they took me out too fast. Ugh. Just wanted to see what the cool fucking spell looked like. But no.
It's over. You've lost.
No more of your little tantrums. Leastways if you like having your neck attached to your head.
No, just cut it off anyway. Do it. End
Kill
her.
us if you want, you bloodthirsty bastards! We're getting that treasure! Mark my words!
Trish, stop this madness.
Pa? I told you to stay put!
And let you throw your life away? You always were too hot-headed for your own good, girl. You have my apologies for this whole mess. I'd ask you to spare our lives.
I don't wanna.
But I know how the world works. Can't let bandits think they can raise and pillage with impunity. You need to make an example out of us. So take me, hang me, behead me, whatever you please. Just leave my daughter and my people their lives. I beg you.
Have you lost your mind? I was the one who led us here! Me!
Didn't expect this from the likes of you lot. I suppose even the most unsavory of us has love for their daughters.
Love her I do. Aye. She's got a bit too much of my foolhardiness in her, as you can see. She's in such a fervor to find this treasure so I can live my final days in comfort. Can't blame her for looking after her old man, can you?
Yeah, well, don't exactly care.
Stop talking, Pa!
I'm the head of our band of ruffians. So if anyone deserves to answer for your sins, it's me, and me alone. From one leader to another. Once again, I beg you, spare the others.
Then let's make a deal.
What sort of deal?
We shall pardon you and your kin and allow you to work in the Wolfort domain. But in exchange, would you serve House Wolfort? I would like you to help us find the treasure in this village.
Frederica.
I apologize for deciding this on my own, but there is some merit to this.
Well, what's the treasure that they're looking for? We might already know it because the treasure literally might have been the fucking salt thing. Like, god damn it. Like, we might already have the fucking treasure and their shit may have just been a goddamn ghost hunt because we already have it.
So you believe a treasure exists?
Yeah.
Of a sort, yes. It may be related to the salt crystal. We should at least take that possibility into consideration and investigate further.
So you're saying this treasure might help everyone, not just the lucky few? If that's the case, then I'm happy to shake to that. Take me instead of Pa, or we're like to be as old as he is before we find the treasure.
Stop with the bluster. I'm as spry as a... Ah! I cursed back.
We all know about your back, Pa. Now go on and rest. The young blood will take care of it from here. There comes a time when a daughter's got to pick up her pa's slack, and that's now. I won't hear another word on the matter.
You'll be the end of me yet, girl.
Kind of want to put
Like
an end to
father,
both
like
of them. After that fight. Pieces
You
of
find
shit.
this agreeable, Jerome?
I do. There was no harm done to my village or my people.
Yeah, but you pissed me off.
Then the deal has been struck. Let's get started with the search, shall we?
Yes, my lord. Leave it to me.
Trish joined your forces. I don't fucking want her. Get the hell away. I ain't spending any money on this bitch. Never met loot she didn't love. Leaps across large distances. Acquires spoils on contact. Okay, that could be useful for grinding out spoils, but... Go for domain. Okay, so what's this roster? And she's already there. Treasure Chaser, Thief Sure, Blessing of Fire, Fire Resistance, decreasing your ice resistance, Flaming Arrow. So now we set the ground blaze, Leap, which is like square 1 to 5, plus or minus 10, Item Gather, pick up spoils along your path, firing a shot, Bullseye, level 31. Yeah, okay, let's go back to the encampment, because I'm going to probably end the stream relatively soon, but I need to check some stuff first. Okay, because I did get a Valor thing. So I could get you fight or flight movement. Could get you sight set, deal damage. 1 and 1. God, you get a lot. You get a lot of boosts. Your luck goes up by fucking 13? What does luck even do? Critical strike. Jesus Christ, dude. Why is that such a big jump? Decreases damage taken when HP is at 50% or below. Inheritor. Gift all of your TP to an ally. Could be useful. No honor, yeah, I don't give a shit. We got up and up. Safe haven. God, the defensive ones, they just get a whole bunch of boosts. What is with this? What is with this obvious preferential treatment? I mean, he did pull his weight. He took a lot of hits last chapter. In terms of damage, you're not really getting much more. But I'm curious about this skill. So, you know, I'll boost Hewitt, because I'm curious about that skill. I want to know.
Effort is rewarded.
Sight set. Because, I mean, obviously I'm going to be getting more of that metal type, so it'll be fine. And now I can finally upgrade him to his last, because now we have parchment. And don't really feel like upgrading your shit, so that's the normal. Don't know what that is. Speed. Accuracy, clear weather. No idea. What's a passive? Like, I wish you could tell before you upgraded, because I don't want to have to upgrade her just to find out what the hell it does. Deals type magic damage to all enemies within range and frees the ground. It reaches further and deals greater damage than Icy Breath. Could be useful. Yeah, definitely want superior iron, because I would like to get this. Frankly, I wanted to have the weapon skill just to see, but it's not that great. I think more damage would have been better. Now I have to fucking save up 10 superior iron. It's going to be fucking insane. Unless I can start grinding it out. But okay, we need to... Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to combating mages, because I want to see what the hell thing is. Let's go. I just want to see Sunfall. I want to see it. That's all I care about. All these guys should die in one hit, so it's not Sunfall. Yeah. Let's do this. See if they move into range. Miss. Okay. Yo, Sunfall.
The flames consume you.
Yo. Okay. Nice.
Oh no.
Good. KOTP. Oh, okay, KOTP plus only activates...
Let me show you what I've learned.
Okay, so it only activates once. It does not activate once ever per kill. That kind of sucks.
Forgive me.
I mean, it definitely helps at least a little bit. Yeah, but it also, I feel like, decreases the usefulness of Sunfall. Because I was like, oh, big AoE, perfect. You kill multiple people and then you get a bunch of TP back. But no, it's you kill a bunch of people and you only get one back. Which isn't great. Fine, I'll get that. Just so I can see what her rank 2 stuff is. Yeah, because I'm probably not going to be using him, unfortunately. Thought I would, but wasted 1,000 gold, but I need to see. So yeah, 1 TP from picking up spoils. That's not bad. Decreased cost elite by 1. Also not bad. Sunfall is just okay for that reason. It's really good for constantly casting Blazing Chain. Yeah, true. Yeah, because Blazing Chains does a lot of... Yeah. Right, because Blazing Chains cost 2, and if you boost its damage and then use that and get a kill, you get back 1, so it's effectively a 1 cost Blazing Chains, which lets you kind of keep it going. Especially if you use Yulio to boost the cast, because it gives her an extra TP as well as more damage, thereby increasing the likelihood that you can probably get attack with kill range. Okay, yeah. See, I wish I had done the test out the skill before the fight, because if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have put Frederica where I did, and went for the big AoE that I did. Oh well, live and learn, as they say. If I've learned anything from Sonic, it's live and learn. Edge of tomorrow. That really good song. Never even really. I don't even think I played that Sonic game, because I don't really play Sonic games, but boy howdy, did you put that on in the background in Smash Brothers. It was good. But yeah, okay. With that, I think I'm going to call it a night here, because I've been going for 3.5 hours. I feel like that's a good amount of time. So with that, I will be back tomorrow with some more Triangle Strategy. Thank you, buddy, for the advice and the help. Thank you, Spice, for dropping by. Wolf Slash as well. Adept Tom, thank you. Fontano as well. And Wolf Slash, I hope you all have a very nice night and will join me next time. Bye.